I got
There he is.
contacted by Uber. ¿Qué onda?
Hello.
Damn, that COVID's making you late, man.
Sorry, man.
They said one of the symptoms of COVID is punctuality. Juan Carlos Escalante, Alfred Robles,
¿Cómo andamos?
Renato Guillen.
Órale.
You might know him.
This is a very gringo thing. Like
What?
canned water.
Canned water?
Yeah, it's canned water.
It's mineral.
No, es agua regular, pero sabe, a mí me gusta la cerveza en bote, mejor que botella, y también me gusta la agua en bote, mejor que botella también.
Pero eso es algo que aquí no hay, ¿o sí? ¿O?
No, we don't have. We have like sparkling water in a can, but that's it.
Brother, they have water in a carton, like a milk carton.
Yeah.
Have you seen that shit? They call it water in a box.
For little kids, yeah.
For little kids, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's one like little Tetra Pak shit for little kids that's for the lunches and stuff.
Pero en México.
Sí, no?
So what's up, man? What's been going on with you guys? Juan Carlos, start with you. What you been up to, man?
Well, I know I've been having a better day than one comedian specifically.
Holy shit,
I
man.
had a great day today.
What the fuck, bro?
What a Sunday. ¿Qué día fue? ¿Sí, no?
You know what he's talking about, Renato?
No, ¿qué pasó?
Do you want to bring it
What
up,
happened?
man?
Do I queue up the segment?
Go ahead.
What happened on Sunday?
Sure
Do
thing.
it.
Famous comedian Chris D'Elia has been has multiple accounts of sexual abuse have been leveled against him.
Toma,
He denies them. He expresses regret at quoting him being an asshole and being caught up in his own lifestyle. He denies any wrongdoing, any illegal activities.
Seriously?
So he came out and said he finally made a statement because wherever I read
he
it.
made a statement to TMC. He's really crafty.
Damn.
Yeah, but you know what? It wasn't a video statement. It was a written statement.
Yeah, he's smart. He's smart like that. You don't
Was
want
it
to
like
have a
lawyerly?
video doing that.
Was it what?
Like lawyerly? Or so, like, I mean, it wasn't like a professionally crafted statement? It was. Okay.
It was well thought of. Someone told him what to write. Because he said, because they're accusing of trying to pick up on younger girls. So they're calling him a pedophile.
Shit.
And he said he used the right words. He said, not to my knowledge, I didn't know their age. So he correctly.
The Kalimba defense.
Yeah, correctly he said it right.
Look, man, I think we've known Chris D'Elia for a while. I don't know him that well. I never partied with him.
Yeah.
I mean, and if the accusations are true, thank God. You know what I mean? He's always been a nice guy, but like
Yeah.
you never know about people. And I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he didn't. But I know a lot of comics and a lot of comedians in the business that prey on young girls, on young women. And I've sat there. I mean, I've looked at it and I'm like, get somebody your age, dude. What is it?
Yeah, but you know what? It's not just comics. It's everybody.
No. I know. But I'm saying, but I can only speak for comedy because
right. Like, but you can speak about Mexican singers too, like Canción de John Sebastian. Ella 16, yo pinche 41, whatever that fucking song was, bro. Maybe the numbers are right, but you know what song I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, well, it's the fucking. There's everybody, dude. Fucking who else? Fucking Woody Allen.
Julian Alvarez.
Yeah.
He got busted. That singer Julian Alvarez. What do you get? That's why he can't come to the U.S. or some shit.
Oh, really? I didn't know that either.
I think he had a case, right?
Who?
Julian Alvarez. I mean, I know
Julian
you don't.
Alvarez.
I don't even know who that is, bro.
No, he used to sing with Mama El Mechon, Prendeme. With the Banda MS. And he went solo. And he's fucking selling out Staples Center, selling out all these big arenas. And then it came out that he was fucking around with a 16-year-old or 15-year-old. So, I mean, but see, what I'm saying is, because I've heard these guys and I've heard them brag like, oh yeah, I'm 40 something and I'm dating a 23-year-old. I'm like, why? I mean, man, Pussy's
I
pussy.
mean, I can understand why. Like, I'm not saying it's okay.
Yeah,
but
I
can
got you.
totally understand why. You know what I mean? Like, I've learned.
This is my last chance to get some like young pussy. Or
yeah. And I learned that abusing power feels good. You know what I mean? It's like it's like a drug in a way that in sense that it feels so physically good. You know, when you know that you're on a position of power with someone and you abuse it. You know, like taking advantage of at our age, being with someone like 18 or 17, you're taking advantage of her. You know, because she doesn't know better than to screw with fuck ups like us. I mean, I don't know you personally, Alfredi, but I assume you are because you have a Rams jersey.
Or Renato's a Jets fan, bro, and he's talking shit.
Fan, yeah.
And he's talking shit. Can you believe that?
Believe me, that's the least of it. I know.
You might as well be a fucking Marlins fan too. But yeah, no, dude, you're right. I mean, everything you said
is a drug. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you think.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm thinking like nobody gets outed when they're nice to the people that. I mean, you didn't like hey, I know I'm older than you. I don't want to be something fucked up. I mean, like you have control. But it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like, the usual like sport thing, that nobody likes. It's not. Everybody should everybody's entitled, especially if you're having sex with them, for you to be nice and to be mostly real with them.
Yeah.
It's fucked up to make them feel special, let them imagine things. You don't have to say anything, and you don't even have to correct her. The way she's acting, especially she's very young, and you're allowing that to happen serially because you have 60 dates a year or at least. Yeah. You're visiting, like San Diego and Florida.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
around the world, dude. I mean,
you're fucking everybody in the town because you're young and you're handsome.
But he's not that young.
Up to you.
He's not young. He's probably like 40.
But these allegations are about the 10 years prior. I mean, these women are older now, and they're coming out. Like they had these years like, what the fuck? I fucked Chris D'Elia. What the fuck? Yeah. And now they're 25. So,
one of the accusations, I don't know if you guys read it, there was one where the girl said that he after a show in New York, did you read that one? That he invited them. He said, I'm going to have a party in my room at the hotel.
Yeah.
And that those two girls showed up. She said they were young. They were excited because hanging out with a celebrity. And that they were there, and then nobody was showing up, and he started giving them drinks. Then he put his hands down their backside, and then the girls started that one girl said it made her almost want to cry, and so they just said they realized nobody was coming, that they were the only ones invited. I mean, it was him, and I guess whatever. I don't know if it was them three, just them three.
Girls are random.
And that they got up and walked out, and that when they were walking out, I mean, allegedly, the girl says that he pulled his penis out and said, "Are you sure you want to leave?" and told the friend that. So, like Alfred, damn. I mean, and you know what? Look, dude, nobody's going to accuse a poor person. People are not stupid. They go after the people with money. Alfred travels with Fluffy, how many weeks out of the year?
Dude, we were going on the road 46 weeks out of the year.
Okay, 46 weeks out of the year. He's with Gabriel, right? All over the world, not just in the U.S., all over the world.
Yeah.
Accusations could come from anywhere. It could be the way, and Gabriel's a big celebrity, man.
Yeah.
It could be, and Alfred could be guilty by association, just being there. If somebody decides to say, I don't like the way Gabriel looked at me, I don't like the way Gabriel patted me on the back. I mean,
Gabriel crushed my spine, like
this fucking guy.
Like,
you know what, bro? You're right, dude. It's they always go for the rich people, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And I'm not saying Chris D'Elia didn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Me either.
I'm saying they do. They go for the rich people. And the crazy thing is that there was more than one accusations. Yeah. There was fucking 6 of them that I know of that I read. Yeah. Like, goddamn, bro.
People are opportunists. Look at our riots. Look at the people looting during the riots. There's people who take the opportunity to come up. So, this is the white collar come up is a lawsuit. Okay, the blue collar come up is, they're protesting. I'm gonna go break into Foot Locker and get me some tennis shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's the low level come up. The high level come up is, oh, he's rich. People are questioning the things he says. I remember one time I met him. I don't like the way he looked. I don't like the fact that he didn't give me an autograph. He touched me, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or he invited me to his room, and this is what happened.
You know, there's like a story from a female comedian, and the story was basically, I hit him up. I met him at a party or whatever, or a show, and I got his number. I was talking to him by a message, and then he told me to go get a drink with him. And he said, come to the bar at my hotel. And then he did the move, right? You know, like, come up to the room. She's already at the lobby. Come up to the room. So she drank a lot and charged it to the room. And that's the end of the story. I'm saying, like, he did that. That's one story. And obviously that story is not told that way. It's like, of course, he's trying to get, of course, whatever. He's being very clear.
Human nature.
Yeah.
Like, and then she woke up the next morning naked. That's all she remembers.
Yeah, but rich or poor, bro, you shouldn't go after minors.
No, dude, it's not. No,
you know.
No, but see, that's my thing. It's not about don't go after minors. We know that.
I mean,
right.
if you're gonna go after minors, being rich helps.
I'm saying if you're 30 plus, stop fucking with girls that look 18. Oh, she's 22, but she looks 18, dude. And I'm just saying because I've heard comedians go, I'm 40, I'm 46, and I'm dating a 23-year-old, and they're fucking bragging about it. And I'm like, she told you right? she told you she's 23. You don't even fucking know how old she is. I mean,
dude, you're right. Go, keep going, bro. Keep going.
No, go ahead. I mean, that's it.
My girlfriend's 10 years younger than me, and at first to me that was kind of weird, bro, because I never dated anybody that younger than me.
Yeah.
You know, and she's 31. She's 31. And I, at first I was like, dude, that's too young, you know. Yeah, but no, dude, it's tough in the beginning.
No, but 31 is different. I'm talking about like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, is she 31 that looks 16?
No,
that's my thing. She looks 17.
Nah, she looks at least
late 20s. At least late 20s.
Yeah, she looks young. She looks like
an adult.
That's when I say she looks young, she looks like 25 and 20, between 25 and 30.
But Gabriel doesn't look like an adult. He looks like a weirdo, you know, like he lives in his own little world and he controls every aspect of it. So I can understand if he's like on beast mode, you know, like looking for somebody to fuck. He gets to do it because he's got the right profile. I mean, it's really weird because the accusations that he preyed on minors, I don't know the laws. I mean, like, the age of consent is 16 and up, right? In many states.
Certain states. That's by state.
It depends on the states.
It varies by states. There's no federal law.
You know, like Hawaii, you know, it's 16 over there.
It's 15 in Alabama.
There you go. So if you're an adult, you can have sex with a 15-year-old? Just like
I think consent for marriage or something like that.
I think you could only be 8 or 4 years older as well.
Oh, I didn't know.
Is that what it is?
I think so, dude. I think so.
Yeah, don't call. We don't fact check.
Yeah.
So don't be Googling that shit.
So
we're in a show called The Dumb.
So if Alfred said 8 or 4, that's what it is. All right. 4. That's a fucking. We ain't gonna fucking. I don't want Renato over there Googling his shit. Renato's a pretty intellectual motherfucker over here,
Thank
man.
you.
Well, you have to be smart with that hairdo, bro.
Yeah.
I've never met a dumb guy with that hairdo, bro.
What a fro. You got a fro in Mexico City, bro.
Yeah. I confuse the fuck out of white people because, you know, I know shit and they don't expect it.
No, but so do you think, so in relation to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Now, do you think the penalties will be harsher considering the times we're in on a white dude? And then the Jeffrey Epstein movie comes out. And I mean, look, man, and I'm not saying, because I don't know anything. I don't know any facts or anything. Sure. But for what I've seen, what I've heard, being in the industry, not only just comedy, but in the TV industry, I've been around people who are writers, producers, all that shit. I hear about them talking about young girls and not young underage girls. Because I've never asked, well, how young? I'm just saying when they say, you know what I'm saying? Like when they say,
Damn, Cisco.
I like young chicks, you know, like
Creepy.
I don't ask them, well, how young? You know, like
so creepy.
motherfucker,
So
I don't,
creepy.
you know what I'm saying? I don't ask.
Up. Oh, never mind then.
But to me,
Yeah.
there's a fucking pandemic in the industry of shit like that. It's
Yeah, I
either
agree.
gay or young women.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
that's fun. Nobody
There's
says,
abuse
I like
going all around.
cougars.
I'm sorry, Cisco.
No, go ahead. There's an abuse. Yeah, abuse. You said there's abuse going around.
Yeah,
And it's Mexico City, Mexico as well?
Yeah.
Dude, everywhere, bro.
Everywhere. It's everywhere because it's a systemic problem.
Yeah.
You know, and by that I mean that the system is made by people that tend to abuse their power. So the more you abuse your power, the more powerful you actually become. You know, it's not only censored, it's being as a show of how powerful, not necessarily how powerful, you know, but, you know, when guys go like, oh, I'm 40 something and my girl is 20 something, they are bragging about their masculinity, you know, they're saying, look how much of a man I am, you know, he's showing you his cock and going like, it's longer than yours, you know. So by that I mean that doing that shit makes him, in his eyes and in the eyes of many people, more man, more masculine than, you know,
or relative. Like he's trying to say, I'm still relative because I'm older, but in the young people's eyes, I'm still relatable. Like
relevant, you mean? Yes.
Or relevant. Sorry, relevant.
Yeah. Everything is relative, Cisco. Everything is relative.
Pardon my ignorance.
But you know what I feel? I feel like in Mexico they make it sound more romantic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, no, mijo, yo me robé a tu abuelita cuando tenía 17 años, 15 años, yo me la robé.
Claro.
They make it sound like a love story, vato. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you raped my grandma, I always go.
Yeah.
That was way before Amber Alert, you know. Like.
Hey, I'm first generation Mexican American. My family's from Sonora. Does that still happen in Mexico, way, or ya no
sure.
tanto, way?
In the rancho
anymore.
They still sell some girls, but they don't steal them no more.
That's a rancho thing, dude. That's
a rancho thing.
Because in Sinaloa, where my mom's from, they still do that. You'll have like the 30-something-year-old narco, and he goes and, dude, right after the night of the quinceañera, bam,
Oh, yeah. We all see the fucking Chapo thing on Netflix.
Yeah.
Right. Is that what he did?
Yeah.
In some towns in Oaxaca, like if you want to have a girlfriend, you have to bring like a pig, you know. So, sir, I want to be your daughter's boyfriend. So here's a pig, you know, like it's called la dote, you know. So they basically buy the right to be the boyfriend of a girl, you know, and they're usually very young. Yeah.
So if you in the United States, you bring a pig, you bring your best friend that fucks anything. This guy's a fucking pig, sir. You can have him. Te lo vengo a ofrecer, güey. No, dude, but I don't know which way this, is dude's career done? Are people gonna protest outside his shows if he has a show?
No one has shows right now.
Yeah, but
no.
But when he start, I'm sure he's gonna get dates.
That's gonna be kind of weird, bro. I don't know. I don't know the answer, bro. You know, I feel like they are, but then again, like I don't know. You know.
I think that you can kind of calculate. You know, if you go, well, he did this to this many times, so you can kind of calculate. I don't think his career is gonna take a shot that big. You know, like if you do it like on the statistics, you know, rape ends your career forever. Like
pedophilia does it?
Yeah, what?
Pedophilia does it?
Pedophilia, of course, but
that's what he's being accused of.
Oh, fucking pedophilia?
Yes, sir.
Oh shit, no, he's done. Fuck that.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand it was actually like pedophilia. No,
I
fuck
think
that.
The public perceives like creeping on 17-year-olds different than preying on
12-year-olds,
toddlers, you know.
Yeah, of course. That's
I think
even more horrible, but
it's still statutory.
People are probably gonna protest,
but it's still statutory,
shows, bro. Maybe I think he's done. I hadn't realized it was pedophilia, you know.
Well, it's statutory. It's not pedophilia with little
grooming.
Kids.
You know, like
statutory.
They're saying that he was messaging with minors until they become like 18 legal, and then going for the kill, which is grooming. I don't know if it's illegal necessarily.
Is that illegal? I think we lost Renato.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's legal, dude.
Right. I think it's fortunate for him that there's no shows, so he has an excuse. Like it's a pandemic. I'm keeping indoors, so he has an excuse to exile, and he doesn't have to play the game. Like walking down the street and people yelling shit at him, doing shows and protests. The biggest thing is the movie he's got with Zack Snyder. Like he had a pretty sizable role in that movie, and he was bragging about it. I listen to his podcast sometimes, and he was bragging about it. He's saying like, I'm going for the big time, action movie, action comedy. I'm getting there, man. I'm buff, I'm handsome, I'm funny. I'm doing it.
So let's clear, like, just to be clear, it's not pedophilia, it's statutory rape, like statutory, right?
Okay.
Maybe some cases. I mean, a girl saying they were underage.
What would you prefer to be accused of? Pedophilia
Shit,
or
neither
statutory rape?
Either way. I'm just saying, I don't want to use the wrong term and then, somebody catches wind of this and like, fucking Cisco was saying he's a
Cisco. It's statutory rape, not pedophilia.
I mean,
get
fuck,
it right.
Look, man.
Cisco accuses.
In jail here, you get killed for one, and the other one, I don't know. I mean, do you get killed for statutory rape?
I think.
I know pedophilia.
Nobody's going
dying.
to take you seriously. It'll be like Patrice O'Neal's story about when he told people at jail when he was convicted of I think it was statutory rape also, and he told them about it because they were going, what the fuck, and they told him you're in jail for that. That's running a train. Everybody does that. I mean, every person. He didn't say person. Every person has done a train. I mean, everybody here has done that. I think, like, there's like very old precepts of how people come to a truth, and it's true that people take seriously. Like, it's very medieval, right? Like, 5 people said you're a rapist, so you rape. But they got a point. Like, why would 5 people tell the same story? Like, that's what did in Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Like,
twice is a coincidence. Third is a pattern. For more than 4, like, it has to be right.
Hey, so Alfred, you think if let's just say, hypothetically, he got convicted, will people remember Chris D'Elia 10 years from now?
He's always to be remembered, bro.
You think so? I mean, I don't think
not for the good, but for the bad, maybe. But he's always to be remembered.
He's going to replace Vince Champ as the rapist comedian.
Yeah,
you know that case, right?
Yeah.
Like,
he was traveling colleges and cruise ships.
Well, there's a job. There's a place where a lot of this shit goes on is universities. How about all the shit you always hear about professors hitting on the students, man? I mean, you Renato, your dad's what, president of the sindicato, no, or was, or?
My dad, yes. My dad founded the
union.
The union, yes, of the academics that he is part of, yes. Juan Carlos Escalante, are you inside of a closet?
Estoy enfrente de mi closet. The neighbors told me they don't like me shouting 6 hours at a time at all hours of the night about el PRI, estupro, violación. So I'm in my room right now, which is like, I don't have I have streets around me, so I don't bother.
Obviously, you haven't had Talavera on your show. That guy gets shitted on Twitter like all the time because he's always yelling about like that guy doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't.
He throws it at the president's an idiot, this and that. I'm like, they're gonna kill this dude, man. He better stop.
Oh, from your lips to God's ears. I mean, what? No.
Hey, so both of you guys are comics from Mexico, El DF?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool.
No,
yeah, born and raised.
Carlos, like Alex Raimundo from Acapulco, cabrón.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pero él es de Texas, ¿no?
No es de Acapulco.
Pero él es el Mexican redneck, ¿no?
Yeah. I think he grew up in Texas, but he was from Acapulco, right?
Yeah, I heard about him. But,
wow, what a combination. Acapulco, Texan, está cabrón.
But he's more Texan than Acapulco.
Oh, yeah. Nothing says Acapulco on him. You know what I mean?
No. Even his,
No.
he lives in Tennessee, bro.
He still got the ponytail.
No sé, güey. No lo he visto en años.
I haven't seen him in a long ass time, bro.
You look like you're playing bass for Selena y los Dinos.
So Renato, when I met Renato, he was barely starting in comedy. I think months. I think like he said, I've been doing this for like 2 months or some shit like that. And then he had me walking all over Mexico City. I'm like, where the fuck are we walking to? I don't know. We're just fucking walking. And then he's just pointing out shit like, that was the reservoir that brought water into Mexico. He's explaining me the history of Mexico City. And I'm like, you know what, motherfucker? It's hot. I'm tired. I don't give a fuck what that. I don't give a fuck how the Aztecs got water.
I remember.
They could have died of thirst for all I give a fuck. Just find some shade and something to eat, man.
It was hot. It was a really hot day, man.
Making a gringo hot. That's so.
Making a gringo hot.
I went to Del DF twice in my life, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. It was cool, man. I wish I would have done comedy over there, but
where'd you go see? What'd you go see, Alfred?
We went to the fucking Franco Escamilla special, bro.
Oh yeah, at the sports arena or some shit, no?
I don't know.
What was it?
Arena México, creo que fue.
Yeah. So big. It was tall. It wasn't like real wide, but it was like real tall.
Oh, I think it was Foro Ciudad de México, maybe.
¿No era ese el Auditorio Nacional?
No, it wasn't Auditorio Nacional.
No, it was real high. It's higher than the Staples Center. It's higher than the Forum. That type.
Was it a theater or was it an arena?
No, it was an arena.
Oh, so it was an arena.
It's called Arena Ciudad de México. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What do they have there?
They have basketball games there. They said supposedly, no?
Right. Yeah. He fills every room. I mean, he there's a 6,000 place venue in Monterrey. He filled it like he did one show a day for a week, and they were all filled out. I mean, in a day, like it's insane. Like
it is insane. Fuck, dude. That's a guy who knew how to take it. That's a guy who
like comedy
of social media and the internet, dude. I mean, fuck. He used YouTube like a motherfucker because there's people who've done more television than him, lots of more TV shows. I mean, and lots more movies and all that. They can't fill up fucking arenas.
Different business, just getting on TV and living off that and movie roles and ads.
I compare it to Dane. Yeah, I compare him to Dane Cook because that's how Dane Cook took off. You remember, Alfred, when MySpace came out and he just blew up off MySpace because I didn't know who the fuck Cook was.
Yeah, Russell Peters says he blew it up because of YouTube.
Oh yeah, Russell too.
You were talking about Dane Cook. I think the story is that getting back to Chris D'Elia, that Dane Cook confronted Chris D'Elia and said he was copying his style, like he was like. Oh
yeah, I remember that. I remember that years ago. Them having Dane Cook didn't like Chris D'Elia, and then Chris D'Elia replaced him as the star comedian Fridays and Saturdays at the Laugh Factory, because Dane Cook used to have that shit packed every Friday, Saturday. He would close out the Laugh Factory, or he would go up and do like an hour, and then they had a falling out, the owner and Dane Cook, and then D'Elia replaced Dane Cook, but the numbers weren't the same. Hey, dude, Dane Cook was ridiculous. I mean, like you talk about like Escamilla, that's what I'm saying. I compare those two because Dane Cook was packing out shit arenas and everything. It was just it was like Dane Cook mania, dude, everywhere.
He was everywhere.
I mean, there's a guy I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got accused because he was always with young chicks.
It's actually kind of surprising that he hasn't.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is there somebody in Mexico that you would say like not that you've seen, but like I'm saying like an actor or celebrity that you've heard the same about?
That hangs out with young girls?
No, but that you've heard like rumors.
Yes, I can think of a few. There are more than rumors, but yeah, I mean.
All confirmed? They were confirmed?
No, I mean that there are real problems that are worse than the rumors. You know what I mean? Like I've never heard a rumor that wasn't worse than something that actually happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of comedians do actually brag about being with young girls.
Dude, it's the bad internet
really
connections.
young, but,
The bad internet connections are running rampant, huh?
Yeah.
I got it connected to the Ethernet cable and all.
Ethernet.
Damn, that shouldn't be happening then, dude. It's funny because the other day, T-Mobile in the United States, I have T-Mobile.
Yeah.
It was everybody's phone was just not. It wasn't. They weren't working.
It was a Monday
really?
everywhere, bro. Yeah.
Was it? You have T-Mobile?
I have T-Mobile, and it was worldwide.
Was it worldwide? I remember reading everybody's shit was.
Seriously.
I was trying to call people and they couldn't call and just wouldn't go through, and I wasn't receiving calls, and it was just like. Then I read online, people complained and people from other carriers were complaining, but that's because they were trying to call people who had T-Mobile. So it wasn't. Maybe
it was a cyber attack. You know, there's a lot of warfare going on, lots of secret powers and fights. You know, the world is ready for World War III. That's why everything's fucking up. You know, like
is World War III going to be a racial war? Is it going to be a racial war? Is it going to
be an all-out war? You know, incels are gonna riot. You know,
isn't China going at it with India right now as well?
Yeah,
right.
There was a really scary incident like 2 days ago, I believe.
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
They killed people.
I haven't heard of that. So what happened? I haven't heard anything about it.
Like China and India, they have like a small part of shared border, you know, and they have been fighting that place for years. So they have a treaty that says that no soldier can have like firearms in like 25 miles from the border, you know.
And let me guess, so China broke that.
Yeah, no. The thing is that they start fist fighting and shit went too far and some of them got accidentally killed. You know, it was not it was not a battle, but it came out of hand and a lot of people died, but kind of accidentally, but derived from the brawl. You know what I mean?
Fist fighting.
Yeah, fist fighting, because they have no guns. They have no access to guns. So shit went a bit out of control and they shoved each other and a few people fall on a lake. That's why it's such a high body count, or like 20 people, but it was because it was a big-ass accident, not because it was a big-ass attack.
I'm sorry,
you know
they shot the guns and they fell off to the left.
No, they shoved each other. They pushed each other and they kicked and punched each other. And a few people died 2 days after the battle because they got hurt, not because they died in the battle. You know what I mean?
But about the other 18 people that died? They were gunshot wounds. They didn't die by gunfire?
There were gunshots.
Are they sure they were?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was.
20 people don't die in a fist fight, Renato.
No, but what I'm saying is that they didn't die of the fist. They died because of an accident that happened during the fight.
What happened during? What sort of accident? Like a avalanche?
Yeah,
dude, somebody was doing some fucking knocking out if people died in a fist fight. Like, andaba un güey bien mamado ahí just fucking knocking motherfuckers out, dog. MMA style and shit. Kimbo Slice.
So if there was gunshot wounds, then it is a big deal. Like a really, really, really big deal because they're not supposed.
People are itching for a fight, you know, like North Korea. They blew up the little room where they met and had sex. You know, they did the deals. People must have fucked in that room, right?
Dude, something interesting is that in England, the police don't carry firearms. I think Australia either, right?
No, Australia they don't either.
Oh. And
where?
In Australia.
Oh, in Australia.
But when I was in England, I remember
I've never been to
seeing that, and I'm like, these guys don't have guns. And then Jason was like, dude, they don't need a gun. They'll beat the shit out of you with that little baton they carry. He goes, they're really well trained with that baton. Yeah. Are either of you for gun control? Any of you?
Sure, why not?
I mean, technically we got it in Mexico and a lot of people die because of gunshot wounds. So I guess I don't care.
Wait a minute. There's a difference between there being a gun law and there actually being gun control. I mean, do people have to get a permit to get a gun in Mexico?
No, you cannot get a gun. Period.
You have to be part of a cartel. You
have to be in. You have to have a reason in Mexico to carry a gun. Like you cannot ask for a permit. You are given a gun in Mexico. I mean, legally, you can buy guns extremely easy. But in that sense, there is an absolute gun control in Mexico because you just can't go somewhere and legally buy a gun. It's impossible.
What about if you're like a bodyguard or something? Can you carry a weapon?
Yes, but only if you are certified by the government that you can, you know?
Okay.
In other words, only if you're giving them a mordida.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like where it's fine.
And I haven't seen a lot of bodyguards with actual guns. Like they kick the shit out of you, but I don't know if they carry.
They're usually like off-duty cops also, so
yeah.
they have their gun. And there's a lot of stories, you know, like a Mexican cop going to work in public transport, and somebody goes up on the bus to rob everybody, and he kills the guy. I mean, like on the way to work. And since he's a Mexican cop, he flees the scene. You know, he doesn't hang around to sort it out. He like, fuck this.
Wait, repeat that. He kills everybody on the bus?
No, he killed the thief.
A perpetrator.
A perpetrator. He comes on the bus. He's on the bus. He's off duty. He's on the way to work. Takes out the gun, kills him, and then he walks away.
So
also
he doesn't.
Military man. Also.
So he doesn't stay there and give noticiero 3 a las 11. You know, like and gives.
That story happens like once a month at least.
Yeah,
really? Off-duty cops shooting people?
Yeah. Yes. Just.
I mean, saving everybody, but shooting people. Yes.
Imagine if everybody had a gun, there would be like.
Because in Mexico too, right, bro? If you kill someone and you have feria, you could bail them out and that's it, right? Or no?
That's everywhere.
Everybody's got a price.
That's here too, man. If you have money, you can get bailed out.
The price is much lower here in Mexico for much terrible things, you know.
But like, I don't mean bailed out, fool. I mean taken out of fucking jail, never going to court ever again. I've never seen that here before.
That's more expensive, I think.
Like, that is very expensive.
I've never seen that shit here before. I remember one time when we used to go to Sonora like for every summer, and I remember my neighbors that lived across the street from my grandma's house that supposedly one of their uncles or cousin killed somebody.
Yeah.
And then he was in jail like for 2 months, and then they paid feria y luego salió y said, wait, and I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is very common.
Yeah.
You just hang around in jail a while, and then they let you out.
Yep.
So that's what I feel like that. I feel that's why a lot of people do that. Because they know they could get out, dude, and it's easier for them to get out.
Definitely.
Dude, well, my wife's been watching that freaking series about Paulette, the little girl, man. So those people weren't able to get out of that shit, and they had money.
Nobody went to jail.
No. I'm saying, did they?
I don't know.
I didn't watch. So. I didn't watch it because I remember
no one went to jail because they paid. Yes.
Didn't somebody in Mexico City do a joke about that?
I used to do it.
He used to do.
Was it you?
Yeah, I have a joke.
Did you get in trouble for it?
Nah.
Nobody ever gave you shit?
What's Paulette? Wait, ¿qué es eso, güey?
That was a little girl that they found inside the mattress. Well, on the series, I guess the el procurador went to the house, didn't find shit, and then they went back and they think the government put the girl inside the mattress or somebody did and planted the girl, and that was that was like the that was a fishy thing. Like wait a minute, I went and searched this house, I didn't find shit, and then all of a sudden they find the girl inside the mattress.
Yeah.
And supposedly the parents did it because the girl was autistic or some shit, right?
She wasn't inside the mattress. She was between two mattresses, you know.
So between the mattress and the box spring?
You know, like you join two single beds and to make them one big bed.
Oh.
She supposedly was between them, but.
Oh, okay.
So do you buy
even less sense? But okay.
Do you buy the theory that she was planted, que la pusieron ahí, like that there was mano negra there?
Sounds
definitely. I think they killed her unwillingly, you know, not on purpose, but they definitely tried to hide it as long as they could and to get the least amount of consequences.
How do you kill? How was she killed? You know that?
No, I think she was smothered. I want to say. I'm not sure.
I think she was smothered too, but I don't think you don't get smothered by accident.
Like they put a pillow over her. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Because
I like that theory.
So, but the girl had autism, right?
Yeah, she
I
was.
Think so, yes.
She had she was like hardcore autistic. Like
Did you guys see the case in the United States where that mom threw her son in the lake?
Right.
Because he had autism.
Holy shit, no.
She threw her son twice into the lake.
And tried to drown his ass.
And then she did it again when the sun got out.
Dude, that's a society we're living in where people don't even want to deal with their fucking kids, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, what kind of show do you guys be watching, bro? Is this on Netflix or what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's in Spanish. It's called...
it was on the news, dude.
Historia de un crimen.
Yeah, Netflix. No, it's on Netflix here. I don't know what it's called in English.
Yeah.
But
check that shit
my
out,
wife
bro.
was watching it yet about the girl. And, you know, the parents are rich. They're not rich, but they're well off.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Are they rich?
They're well
They are
connected.
our white people.
Yeah. So the Mexican white people, the entitled people.
Yeah.
And they know people in the party that owns that state.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest state in Mexico, I think.
They're very well connected. Yes.
So the people get away with it. I mean, you know that one of our ex-presidents, Carlos Salinas, famously killed the maid.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Killed the maid?
He
Yeah.
killed the maid with a shotgun.
Shot her. Yeah.
You know,
When
like a
he
low
was, like,
caliber
8.
pellet gun. You know, like
Yeah.
more like a rifle.
Mhm.
And he shot
Bro.
her like
What was that in a movie or in a show, right?
in the show in Narcos.
And
Yeah.
Narcos, yeah.
Yeah.
remember
No,
that.
that's an actual true story that actually
Yeah.
happened. Yes.
That's-
He was with his brother, right? Or yeah. I
So do you
remember
guys know this? So Salinas de Gortari, that's an interesting individual, man.
Yeah.
In my opinion, from what I've known, what I've read about him, very intelligent man,
Yes.
supremely intelligent,
Yes.
but used his intelligence for like the wrong shit. And like they say he's the puppet master of Mexico. They call him, I mean, you know, nobody's ever said puppet master, but he's the
Yeah.
one that pulls the strings on who becomes president, who gets killed, who gets whacked, which narco runs, is allowed to do his business.
Mhm.
His brother was accused of running with narcos. He
Yes.
like a brother who didn't do shit, owned like all these properties around the world.
Yep.
And at one time, this is from what I read, that Salinas de Gortari was pegged to be the next president of the World Bank. But then when he had problems in Mexico, they took that away from him. They didn't, because that's when when he came out and Mexico's money went to shit.
Yeah. And the
But that-
Zapatistas came out.
But the fact that he's the one, when he was president, el dólar was at 3 pesos, dude. I mean, 3, like he brought it down. But they said that he was backing it up with bullshit. Like there was no real backing of the Mexican currency. It's kind of like what's happening here in the U.S. right now, dude. The U.S. money, there ain't shit to back it up. They're just printing fucking money.
Yeah, they're just getting new debt, and getting more capital and spending it and repeating. Like Mexico became like a victim of that mindset because we don't have the power to have always debt. So I don't know the specifics of the way the 94 crisis happened, but that was it. Like there was, like you said, there was nothing to back it up. Like people having this false self, and this happened in a lot of countries. Maybe it was meant to happen. Like Spain, it happened to Spain, right?
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, they had a crisis. Huge.
Greece.
In Greece, a few years, like 10
And
years
actually,
ago.
in the housing
Greece.
crisis, Mexico didn't do so bad. I mean, like
And you said it was at 94?
94.
Yeah, somewhere
And
around.
that was era el año que mataron a Colosio también, ¿no?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude, they said that he had a hand in that.
Yeah, right.
That he was
Yeah, his
that
bro-
he
his brother
put
was accused of it.
yeah, and he put Zedillo as
Wow.
president. He's the one that chose Zedillo to be president. That's the rumor. I don't know.
No, and he killed the prior candidate. I mean,
Sí, Colosio.
yeah, Colosio. Like he had selected another guy to be the candidate, and then killed that guy and put Cedillo in his
His
place.
own brother was killed. His own brother was killed like in The Godfather. He was like garrote, you know, like with the choke, the string.
Mhm.
They found him choked out in a landfill
car.
inside a bocho.
Yep.
Instead of a Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny when you get into one of those taxis, and it doesn't have a passenger seat. It just has a back seat. So you
Yeah.
just climb in and you sit in the back in the Bocho taxi.
Yeah.
I like those though.
We
Hey,
don't have
how
them anymore.
how big are the shows Narcos over there, bro? La serie, how big is it? Do you
Not
feel
as
like
big
it's
as
bigger?
Luis Miguel.
do you feel like it's bigger over here than over there?
A little, yes.
I think, yeah.
Because we read that shit in the newspaper 20 years ago. You guys are just
But it was
finding
big here. Everybody watched it. I mean, because it was about us. It was about Mexico City, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I mean, you could understand, like, we all grew up with this news, you know, like all those characters, and so it was very like nostalgia filled. It was like, but it wasn't as big as Luis Miguel again. I mean, Luis Miguel was a national.
Way more popular.
The series?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, my wife watched that shit too, man.
The series of Luis Miguel is way bigger. It's
good, bro.
It's good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's Narcos good, but it's good.
Hey, Juan Carlos was trying to get Palazuelos on his show, and he stood you up.
Man. Yeah, I couldn't get him. He said he wouldn't do it. He didn't like Zoom technology, and then he stopped replying to my text.
Do you know that guy, Alfred?
Who?
Palazuelos. He's an actor. He was Luis Miguel's good friend, right? And then he trashed them on the news. Like they had beef. Some shit happened where they had beef.
There was an episode where Palazuelos, he's a soap actor, and he was mentioned, and he was portrayed like a hanger-on, you know, like
groupie, like a groupie.
So the guy says like and he says, now I'm a businessman. I got more money than Luis Miguel. His current house fits inside my living room. I mean, you can't compare us.
His parents are hotel owners, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. He was born rich. Yeah.
Dude, now going back to Luis Miguel, it's interesting that you brought that up. My wife tells me there's a rumor that the dad killed the mom.
No.
Yeah. Supposedly, yeah.
Is that a fact, or is that well documented, or?
Everybody knows that in Mexico. Like it's the worst kept secret in the world because we all know about it. I heard that she was killed by the Mexican chief of police, a guy called El Negro Durazo, that was friends with Luis Miguel's dad, you know? And he had something to do with Luis Miguel's mom killing. But yeah, it's a very well-known thing.
In Tijuana, they have a marisqueria called El Negro Durazo. That's how I've heard that name.
Powerful.
He was very powerful?
Yeah, he was one of the most powerful men in Mexico, and then he was, you know, like
they killed him,
throwing him away.
Didn't he have a house in Acapulco?
Yeah, he has like a huge like a Greece, you know, like the Parthenon is called.
Oh yeah, the Parthenon.
It looked like ancient ruins, you know, like the pillars and white and stuff. Obviously, he was on coke. The rumor about El Negro Durazo was that he was having sex with Luis Miguel's mother.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and they were basically into that 80s party scene. You know, everybody was doing coke, everybody was going crazy, and the story is that in one of those parties she ended up drowning in the pool. Which is like
some William Shatner shit right there. No. Was it William Shatner?
Yeah, William Shatner's wife.
His wife drowned in the pool too?
Oh shit, really?
Look, he didn't dive in. He just called the paramedics and waited, just looking at her at the bottom of the pool.
That's some William Shatner shit, man. That was hacky.
They got his 911 call.
Of William Shatner?
Sorry?
Of William Shatner?
Yeah,
the 911 call?
There's the audio of the William Shatner's 911 call.
Oh, he didn't try to save her. He just called 911 and
she's in the pool.
Damn.
And then months later, he's fucking married again, or some shit like that. He's some other chick.
Hey, Juan Carlos, how long have you been living in Mexico City for?
I've been living in Mexico City for like, it's like ESL question. Like you reply with the question, like. Thank you. No, I'm sorry. Like 15 years. I'm sorry. I'm originally from Acapulco.
That's Guerrero, right?
I'm sorry. Sí, yeah, Guerrero.
You don't speak like those fools, bro.
He's educated, man.
Yeah. They use that. They always say fucking cocho that way. Don't they use
Sorry,
that word?
what?
Don't they use that word cocho?
Pocho.
No, cocho with the C.
Ah, para cerdo. Cucho.
No, it's cocho.
What's cocho?
That's a famous Guerrero fucking saying, because where I used to live in LA, the whole block, everybody was from Guerrero. I don't know what city, but they used to always say cocho, hijo del cocho this and cocho that.
That's
Like,
a new one.
damn.
You know, there's a lot of like the culture changes a lot.
Different colonias.
It's very different Acapulco than the rest of Guerrero, because Acapulco is like a small city, and the rest of Guerrero is very rural. It's like you know, like in Florida, you know, the place where there's hardly streets. You know, it's all like vegetation and small towns. So the last thing I heard is that they call each other Sanka, mi Sanka.
Sanka? That the kind of coffee they drank, or what?
No, no caffeine. We can just chill. Like
Renato, your family is from where? From Oaxaca? No, or Chiapas, or
No, Veracruz.
Veracruz? Just Veracruz straight up? Both your parents?
Well, my dad's family is from Veracruz and Guerrero, and my mom's family is from Guadalajara and Morelia. It's like the east and west coast of Mexico as a country, and I was born in Mexico City.
What's the biggest culture clash in Mexico? Like is it the vaquero with the chilango? Is that the biggest culture clash, or is there something else like people don't know about?
I get it. Like, I think there are many, and many are very, petty, but like Mexico City versus Monterrey, which is another city in the north of the country, there is a rivalry kind of similar to
Texas,
New York. Like New York and Boston, you know what I mean? Because in Monterrey...
No, but New York and Boston are similar. I mean, they're not completely alike, but
it's more like
New England, it's white, it's
like New York and Chicago, more like
who?
New York and Chicago. There's kind of a rivalry, you know what I mean?
Like Monterrey is like the second city. It's like
yes, correct.
Well, I think it would be I think it would be LA, New York. That's the rivalry in the
LA, New York. It's more accurate. But the thing is that Monterrey is also like what you guys call the Bible Belt. Mm-hmm. You know, the most conservative part of society tends to be, a large part of that population,
I criticize them a lot. I mean, these people that, I'm sorry, I don't mean to criticize or be very harsh, but they go to the U.S., they cross the border to go to McAllen. You know, that's the place in the U.S. they want to go to. Like, and they brag about it. Like, I went to McAllen and I bought jeans. Like, what is this? Like 1989? Like
San Antonio, though. I thought San Antonio was the spot for all that shit.
It's also
San
Antonio sucks, right?
It's all right. It's a small.
I'm sorry,
town.
I don't mean to.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, it sucks by what standards? I mean, there's the beauty of planet Earth, Mother Earth, is that there's somewhere for everybody. Shit. Some people like
the food's good there, bro.
Yeah, the food is good. The
barbecue, right?
The flour tortillas are delicious, man. They make them like thick, like gorditas, and just the food, because it's like Mexican, obviously not traditional Mexican cooking, but it's very Mexican in the fact that there's no fucking regard for health choices. It's like pinche manteca and all that shit. Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I said, McAllen or Corpus Christi. I mean, like,
because it's the border town, right?
Yeah, but he's kind of what he's saying is they can cross the border and go anywhere, and they choose just to go to McAllen.
Yeah, because I feel like it's the closest thing too. No.
Yeah, I get it. Like, it's also like part of the routine, right? You do your groceries in the closest U.S. town, but I don't get it when it's like thrown in your face a little bit.
Like they brag about it. Oh, they brag about it. Fui a McAllen. Well, what do you do? Well,
McAllen, güey.
Corpus Christi.
Mire la Barbie.
Ahí lo tienen. Ahí está en la... Cisco, you kind of look like la Barbie.
Don't be saying
he does, right?
Don't say that shit. That guy's a snitch. They want to kill him. Don't be fucking...
Yeah, that was so funny. It turns out La Barbie was a snitch all this time. Like, I wasn't expecting that.
They're all snitches.
They're all snitches, bro.
Hey, bro.
You think extradited? They're snitches.
You think snitching is bigger now than ever?
Nah, snitching's been around, bro.
No, but I'm saying like kids nowadays.
Maybe because social media.
But kids nowadays, bro, oh my God, they don't know how to keep a fucking secret at all. Nothing.
No. I remember.
Look at Chris D'Elia. Look at that.
I don't know who said it, but I remember a comedian saying that gangster rap is stupid because you don't just scream that you're committing a crime. Like, like you gotta be silent about it.
Yeah.
I don't know who said it. I think it was a black comedian, but I don't remember who.
So these guys are just talking about it in their songs, just letting everybody know.
That's the concept.
I shot somebody and I fucking...
Yeah, like you're snitching on yourself.
Snitching.
Oh, it was Cat Williams.
Right.
Cat Williams said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I don't like is that the lack of respect for women, man.
Yeah.
Like the lack of the respect for women has dwindled so much. I mean, I've seen men like on videos threatening to hit women or even just hitting women.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit. Oh, but she swung at me first. Fucking, you can't take a punch, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you get angry. Yeah, you want to hit somebody, but I could never hit a woman, dude.
No.
A lot of videos of people slapping each other in front of counters, like Burger King, and it's so like I think it transcends like
it's hack, man. It's hack.
Sexist. I'm sorry.
It's hacky.
It's hacky. What?
Slap them across the counter.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Like, I mean, you're like fucking hack.
I've seen it. Like,
you see a lot of that, Alfred?
Yeah, I see videos of it, but personally, I don't see it.
No, but what do you think, dude? I mean, do you think it's okay or what? You condone it?
You can't be hit. You can't be hitting girls, bro.
I'm hitting girls.
But do you like watching the videos when the chicks smack each other? Like the girl reaches across the counter and grabs her?
No.
No, you don't like it?
I don't. I'd rather see people fucking popping pimples, bro.
Oh. I like that too.
What the? People really do that?
Yeah.
Dude,
it's so disgusting.
It's funny because now that's the whole thing. Like my kids, they use this phrase. What's the phrase? Oh, it's very soothing, or it's very the ASMR shit.
Yeah,
like it's not refreshing. What's the
satisfying.
word? It's satisfying. What the fuck? I never said satisfying as a kid. Oh, that's very satisfying. Like this. It's very satisfying.
Wow. So it's no longer awesome. Now it's satisfying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody's a freak.
So to hear somebody go
anxious.
That's so satisfying.
Oh, I get it.
It's not. It's not fucking satifying.
No, I don't
my mom used to smack me in the mouth for eating with my mouth open. It's not fucking satisfying.
It was satisfying for her.
My mom used to say, no, my mom, when I was a little kid, would smack me in the mouth if she caught me chewing with my mouth open. And so now as an adult, it bugs me to see people chew with their mouth open.
Hey, pues con razón, you like watching those slapping videos, bro. Brings back memories for your mom, fool.
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah, dude. It does. That's my childhood right there. You never got smacked?
Man, I don't think I got, maybe, bro, but...
ear pulled?
Not in the face.
Yeah, I never got smacked on the face.
Yeah.
I got smacked on the face by my father once because I was watching Pokemon and I wouldn't go to breakfast. So I was just ignoring my mother, and then he came into my room and slapped me, and I remember my head hit the door, but since we were poor, the door was made of plastic, so it was still, I just bounced back and like, what the fuck, Dad? I'm trying to watch Pokemon here. I mean,
I gotta see if he's gonna catch them all. I can't go have breakfast. She's trying to catch them all.
Yeah.
Catch this,
Cameron. Pass. How about
very little? But I don't like to think, but I sort of identify it because I read it in Steve Martin's book. He was talking about he was like a victim of domestic violence.
Yeah.
But basically the story is that he was smacked around like everybody, and then the story goes, he once went too far, and then he didn't elaborate. Like very white guy stuff, like
very white
details.
Yeah,
there's also for that was my too far. Like, don't slap me in the face while I'm watching Pokemon. I mean, like, what the fuck? Because I'm in my safe space in my room watching cartoons, and I never really forgave him about it. I mean,
really?
Clearly.
You still hold a grudge to this day?
He never apologized about it. Like,
I don't say.
He never thought he was doing anything wrong. So like, fuck you then.
He never did that, mijo. Come here. I didn't want to hit you. It hurt me more than it did you. Like, he never gave you that speech?
we had a pretty cold relationship, and then one time he said, well, you're getting big, so I can't smack you around anymore because you will return the smacks back to me, so I mean, you shouldn't worry about it.
I found the word cocho on Urban Dictionary, bro.
Oh, what is it?
What is it?
It says vulgar Mexican Spanish word that has no equivalent in English, mainly used in dialects of southern Mexican states of Guerrero and Oaxaca.
Okay.
And it says ora cocho.
That must be like really like inside communities.
Yeah, very
like,
local.
Bro,
like
they say that shit everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
but then you got to remember that the people who come to this country are mostly from rural areas. Like, people that, I mean...
They call themselves Tierra Caliente, way, where they're from.
Yeah.
So even...
Yeah, Tierra Caliente has a lot of white people. People from Guerrero look like Renato, usually.
Yes.
But since a lot of people have been going back and forth from the U.S., they come back with white wives. So they look like sort of white.
That's funny because same thing in Mazatlan. The guys who work the parachutes, the paracaídas, they always hook up with the white chicks. And then they're like, estoy viviendo en Vancouver, güey. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
you know about the story about the people that were captive in Vancouver, Mexicans that were being held inside a house, and they like slaves. And they went there because they needed the chance to work in Canada. And they were like working in a resort, like for tourists. Yeah. And they were living in this like little housing, and they didn't have no rights. They weren't allowed to leave. So one day they just ran out all at the same time, like everyone went for it. So the story came out.
They made a run for the border, and then the funny thing is they try to sneak into the U.S. They try to hey, and they try to sneak into the U.S. but from Canada this time.
Yeah, far less protected.
Hey, is Sinaloa considered El Norte también from you guys, or not? Yeah,
very much so.
Everything above Colima, or right, would be Norte, maybe Nayarit.
I think everything above Guadalajara. I mean Jalisco.
Everything above Jalisco. So Nayarit, Colima.
The thing about Norteño culture...
Oh, no, Colima's lower.
Because they share things. Like, I think they share things. I'm not very knowledgeable about, like, Norteños, but what I've seen is that the culture is, like, seeping through further south. Like, it's kind of in, and it became into Norteño things. Like Guadalajara, which is not really Norteño country. You go there and you feel people go around with the hats because they have some rural leanings, you know, also.
I get it.
So, and they start talking with like
Norteño music is all over the country.
Yo nomás vine a comerme un pan, ¿cómo se llama? La torta ahogada.
La torta ahogada.
Pero no me gustó la torta ahogada, no está tan bueno.
And when you say they wear their hats, what do you mean by hats? Just like a hat?
Like
or
cowboy. Sombrero.
Sombrero, okay.
Yeah, like the cowboy hats. I mean, you feel like that Texan culture.
Bro, my stepdad, every party is botas and his sombrero.
Yeah.
He's from Sinaloa too. So it's a very norteño thing. And it's like, it's the macho thing. Las botas y el sombrero. Dame mi sombrero. And if they don't have their sombrero, they feel like naked, bro. Like it's a very intricate part of their wardrobe.
It is.
Was it a big hat or was like a normal sized hat?
No, normal.
Hat?
But they talk about, what do they talk, like they call it sombrero de 50 puntos, or what do they call it? Like the number.
5-gallon or 10-gallon hat.
No idea.
No, the sizes are like.
Yeah.
Isn't it X?
There you go, X. There you go. 100X or 50X, shit like that. I never understood. I mean,
you get along with your stepdad, Cisco?
Yeah, I got along with him.
Did he hit you with his hat on? So.
I actually whooped his ass, man. When I was, one
Sorry
day
to hear
he tried to get physical with me, and I whooped his ass. So.
In what way?
But that's when we had a great relationship after that. Because there was an understanding that if you try to get physical, you're gonna get your ass whooped.
When you guys make fun of norteños, what do you guys call them?
Rancheros, que tienen caca en las botas,
Shit kickers.
Que todos son narcos.
Well, it's the same thing in New York City.
Yeah.
But, you know, like here in LA, if you hear somebody talk like this, man, you know, what's up, man? What's cracking? You know, what's going on? People say, oh, he talks black. But if you go to New York, they say, man, why you sound country, yo? They say you sound country. They don't say you sound black. Because white people talk like that in the South. And that's where black people, that's why a lot of black people that come from southern states or that migrated, you know, throughout history, talk with that accent.
Yeah, I get it.
But the New Yorker and the Bostonian speak with a different accent than somebody from Mississippi. Well, California, Chicago, we got a lot of the black people that live out here came from the South, from Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama.
From the little I've heard, I think like the black accent in New York is different than it's less like sing-songy, like nyang, nyang, it's like more like
sing-song.
What I heard like the Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, you listen to Lil Wayne talk, you know, it sounds like
the Wu-Tang Clan doesn't talk like that.
Yeah,
it's
a little.
I think you can tell when someone's talking either from the East Coast or West Coast.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
What would be the difference
100%.
between the East Coast and West Coast accent?
I feel like. Go ahead, Cisco.
I mean, look, a white accent is a white accent.
I was talking more in the lines of like black,
like urban, like an urban, like an. Well,
no, urban. You don't say urban. I'm talking about streets, son.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big difference. Like, I mean, a Chicano out here, even if you're Mexican American and you live in New York, you sound like New Yorkers. You don't talk like you don't sound like the way we sound.
Yeah.
We talk differently. I've met Mexicans from out there and they have the accent like, yo, what's up, man? Yo, when we gonna go get something to eat, bro?
Yeah.
Like, it's a different, they sound like the Puerto Ricans.
I feel like the East Coast, they say son. We don't say son. We say bro a lot. You know what I mean?
Hawaiian.
That's interesting.
We're Hawaiian, bro. Hey, bro.
Yeah, we always, especially Mexicans, we always say bro.
I'm sorry I sunned you, Cisco.
Hey, baton. You got a son, bro.
How's the comedy scene over there, bro? Chingon or what?
I mean,
well, right now,
right now there's none, but
we were getting up there. I mean, there were a lot of shows. There were a lot of stars in Mexico. There's Franco Escamilla, and right at the top, and then there's like all these comedians that do very well. They get Netflix specials, so there's like they do a lot of live shows. So they like bring up the scene, you know, like because if I personally I got smaller shows, but I can go through the markets they've been doing for years. I didn't have the chance to do shows like on the road in Mexico for many years, and then I started getting a little bit of a following, and it helped me a lot that before I got on, other acts did shows in those cities, and they went to my shows and said, I went to see Franco, I went to see Ricardo Farril, Sofia Niño de Rivera. So now I'm seeing you, like I'm the alternative, you know, like you you tasted all on the menu, so let's try this guy out. He's kind of weird. You know?
You're not no one's first choice, is what you mean.
Yeah, basically. I'm the alternative.
I'm gonna add both of you guys on Instagram, bro.
Gracias,
sure.
So Renato, both of you are writers, right? You guys both write for television?
You know.
Do you know Juan Carlos? Renato, you write, right?
Yeah.
Renato wrote a funny ass, we had an idea for a show years back, and Renato wrote a funny ass, The Roast of Jesus Christ.
And that's right.
And somebody did it. Remember I sent you a link. Somebody actually did it. The one you wrote, I thought was funnier, way funnier.
But it was another one, yeah. I think Romo did it.
No. Somebody did it here in the States. They made they made a TV show out of it. You see, fucker.
Jeffrey Ross?
I think he did, yes. Yeah, they did historical roasts or something like that. Yeah. But we came up with that idea back in 2013, man.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, the roast battle wasn't even a thing. And then around no, I think there was a roast battle or whatever, but we did it, and because you guys used to do that. I remember you guys used to do a show where you guys used to slap each other in the chest and do jokes. What was it?
Yeah, with the luchadores. Yeah,
dude, they used to do a comedy show where if you lost, you got smacked in the chest, like with no shirt on.
By a wrestler.
Like a wrestling thing.
Like wrestling.
El pierrotazo.
Yeah, what was it called? What was that show called?
It was called...
Contenido Reto, ¿no?
Contenido Reto. That's right. Contenido Reto. And the show you're talking about, Cisco, was called Chistoria. I just remember that.
Yeah, Chistoria. That's what it was going to be called, Chistoria. Yeah. And we're going to take historical thing. So Renato wrote a funny-ass script, and it was the roast of Jesus Christ, and Napoleon was there.
Yeah.
What was it? Napoleon, Gandhi, Hitler.
Yeah.
Dude, I have the script still. Oh, my God. It was so fucking out. Dude, tears were coming out of my eyes when I was reading the fucking script.
Thank you so much, Cisco.
I got Jesus jokes too.
Like,
have you ever wondered if Jesus, like jerked off in the cave before coming out? Like you want to jerk off, and he's got like, you will think like, well, his hands are hurt, right? No, it's an advantage because he's got these holes. So he like,
oh my God.
I think that's...
No seas mamón, güey.
Te va a castigar Dios, güey.
He's a Catholic.
I didn't fuck my wounds.
Hey, you guys weren't raised Catholics?
No.
I was raised a Catholic, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was raised Christian.
Oh, okay.
So something interesting I read.
Yeah.
Or I saw yesterday also. Oh, did you guys see the video of that white guy that was talking about the history of he was talking about the history of the Catholic Church and that they were the ones that started racism?
Oh, yeah.
There's a white guy that, oh, fuck, it was such a good video. I saw it yesterday where he was talking about, so he's a big white guy, and he was talking about how white people are raised to be racist in America, that he remembers as a kid, his parents telling him lock the door when they saw people walking by the car. And he just started going off on it. It's a fucking earthquake. The comedian Earthquake put the video up. And it was fucking interesting, dude.
Wait, there's a comedian named Earthquake? That's his artistic name?
He's a legend.
Bro. Yeah, dude.
He's really good. He's really he's been like 25 years or...
I haven't heard of
longer than that. Probably longer than that. But yeah, Eddie Murphy one time called him the funniest guy.
Oh shit!
But that was years ago. I'm sure now Chappelle's probably got that fucking title.
Yeah.
But when I was in Mexico, I met this comedian that was blind, bro.
Right.
Alexis,
that's the way. Yeah.
I love that guy.
Cool guy, huh?
Yeah. He's very cool. He's very funny.
He's very funny, and
I never met him.
He's always hustling. I mean, he's got a show. He's got a talk show. He's the first talk show like independent I've seen. Like he's got ads. I mean, the guy's blind and he's selling ads. Like,
so is he stealing Katia Vega's act?
You don't know about that.
What do you mean? I don't know about what.
Falleció.
She passed away?
Yeah.
No, she did not.
Yeah, like 6 months ago, maybe.
Oh, thanks a lot, motherfucker.
She was very sick.
I wish I'd have known.
Cold, bro.
Hey, Cisco didn't see it coming, fool.
No.
You know that lady you were talking about? She's dead. I mean, rest in peace.
Oh, I'm so happy that happened. That happened.
She was very sick a lot.
You're so happy? What happened? She passed away?
No, you idiot, that you made that face when you realized she was dead.
Oh, I thought you were so happy that happened. I mean, come on, dude.
So that lady was blind as well?
She was a young chick.
That was before Alexis.
That was Danielle's girlfriend.
And she lost her sight. I mean, Alexis was born blind, but she got sick, like, I don't know what immune thing.
Yeah, it was a very rare...
Worse and worse.
Bro, the last time I saw her was in Cabo.
Yeah, we went to Cabo.
Oh, shit, years ago.
Yeah, she was in Cabo.
She was in Cabo, god damn.
Yeah, her and Chueco tied.
Yes.
For the contest, the comedy contest. And Chueco, the only reason why he won was because...
he's a cripple.
No, because they asked. They tied. So it was Monica, Katia, and Chueco tied to win it. And so we did a question like, why do you think you deserve? And then the audience voted.
Okay.
And I remember Monica and Katia gave these elaborate, traditional replies like, well, I've worked very hard and this and that. And then Treco's answer was very short and to the point. Porque soy chingón. Bam, he won it just because of that. That's how he won it. ¿Por qué piensas que debes de ganar the fucking
premio?
Yeah, he said, porque soy chingón. Bam.
Hey, you're talking about Chueco from here?
Yeah.
I love
Miguel.
that guy.
That was his answer.
Yeah,
Yeah, Miguel. He said, you went to high school with him, huh?
Yeah, I used to push him to his classes. That was my elective in high school, was to push kids, and he was one of the kids I used to push to his class.
How many kids did you push?
I forgot, but Miguel was the only one that stood out.
So when you're in high school,
you did it for credits?
Yes. Yeah. So when you're in high school here, you take English, math, history, and all that, and then when you're senior, your last year of high school, if you've already taken enough credits, then you don't need. You have to take 6 classes, but obviously you've already passed all your requirements to graduate and this and that. So to add classes, they'll say you get an elective, so you can choose. Back in the days, you could take woodworking, electrical shop, and all that, or you could take service, like a service. You work in the office. So I'm assuming Alfred took a service where he helped disabled people.
Yeah,
that was a service, and you get credit for it.
Damn.
So Nino went away.
So did you take that, Renato? They didn't have service in your school?
Not for credits. I mean, no.
Dude, I remember I went to a semester in high school in Mexico, in Sonora, in Obregón.
Oh, okay.
And it was fucking weird, bro. For the reason being is that there was no age limit, bro. I remember that when I was in high school, there was a dude right there who looked old as fuck. He looked old as fuck. Ya tenía el bigote ese güey. And I always wanted to ask him, hey, bro, aren't you too old to fucking come to school? Me dice ese güey, hey, something happened. I go, hey, bro, ¿cuántos años tienes? And then he told me 23 or whatever, 21 or whatever it was. And I go, hey, what happened? ¿Qué te pasó? And then he said that his family, something happened. Somebody died in his family, so he had to work. And so their family's good now. And then they let him go back to high school. I just thought it was fucking weird, bro.
Yeah, that happens.
In Mexican schools, whatever goes, nobody cares. I mean,
nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
You always know when somebody went to public school in Mexico because they'll say, ¿a qué escuela? ¿Dónde estudiaste? Benito Juárez número 38. Like you're like, oh, this motherfucker went to public school. And then if they went to private school, that's good. ¿Dónde estudiaste? Colegio Buckingham.
Yeah.
All the names are in English and shit.
And all the names are in English.
Dude. Se llamaba Colegio Nautilus.
Nautilus.
Claro. Yeah.
Y era así como, no, pues es que somos así como, cantábamos el himno a la tierra en inglés y en español.
What the fuck?
Damn. What the fuck is that?
Y sacaron una bandera de la tierra.
Dude, René Franco went to a school called Las Dos Americas or Two Nations, and they used to make him pledge allegiance to the United States. He used to pledge allegiance to a country he couldn't even visit.
Yeah.
He didn't have a passport to come. How the fuck do you pledge allegiance?
Yeah.
Sí, claro, o sea, es algo muy mexicano eso de el colegio americano. Hay un colegio americano también acá, o sea.
But that's one of the problems. That's one of the things one of the factors that play into what we're going through right now. That's always been the Eurocentric way of teaching and guiding people or leading civilization. That's why we're going through what we're going through with the Black Lives Matter thing.
Pues pasó ahorita un escándalo con Chumel Torres, ¿lo conoces?
Yeah, I know who he is. He has a TV show.
Yeah, he's got a like a TV show on YouTube, but he gets like 2 million views a week. He's like a superstar.
He was at the Franco taping that day.
Yeah, he hangs out with comedians. We know.
Yeah, I remember I met him backstage.
Yeah, he's very nice.
I'm look at you over here dropping names, dog.
No, bueno, en el taping de René Franco, pues estaban todos. Estaba,
No, Franco Escamilla. Franco Escamilla.
Sí, claro.
Yeah. Dice René Franco, güey.
Ah, ¿cómo? No entiendo.
Correct. Never mind.
Ya, que en el taping de Franco Escamilla estaban todos. O sea, todos fueron excepto yo, porque I keep it real. También porque no me invitaron, pero pues, ¿para qué, no?
But it was keeping it real.
You have your reasons why you didn't
don't
go.
Like,
no, so
the school that I went to, güey, se llamaba EPUCO, Escuela Preparatoria Universitaria de Ciudad Obregón.
Claro. Yeah, it sounds very
Mexican.
Very Mexican, exactly.
It was a private school where they send all the fucking burros, bro, and all the fuck-ups.
Yeah.
So that's why I was in school with the fucking 29-year-old guy right there, bro.
Pero you didn't go to state school, to
public school. No, you over there.
You didn't go to like a public school in Mexico?
No, that was the school that I went to. That was the only school that I went to. It was private. It was a private.
Like here we know the difference. School. Like here we know the difference between public and private school.
Yeah,
it's not in a classroom.
Wear like a suit in your
I mean school? they wear uniforms, but now schools here, public schools wear uniforms. Private schools, some private schools wear uniforms. Now in Mexico, what's the difference? I mean, what's the biggest difference, Renato?
Between public school and private school?
Yeah, like high school. Like let's just say high school.
Just high school. There are a lot of. I'll put it this way: that you have made it economically in Mexico if you can send your kids to a school where the teachers are American, or like white, like proper white. When the people that teach your kids are white, then you are really have money in Mexico. So I'll say that the biggest difference is that in Mexico, it's not that expensive to have a private education, but it's not affordable to many people, It's not like you don't have to be that rich to be on a private school, In the States, you have to be fucking rich to be on a private school, right? They're really,
private schools.
Really
private schools here now, there are private schools that are $60,000 a year, like a university.
God damn.
Dollars, not pesos.
Yeah, of course. Damn.
Yeah, we have low level private schools in Mexico.
Yeah, we have low level private schools.
Because when you're sending your kids to a public school in Mexico, you're sending them with the poorest kids in the world. I mean, sometimes.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what about the quality of the education, though?
Well, it's also because they have huge classrooms. I don't know, like I think it's a very like class thing also, that people don't want their children to hang out with poor kids. Yeah, I think the education is about the same.
Is it about the same? So if
you don't get
if you go to public school, in Mexico, and you stick with it, like where te apoyan en tu casa, like you get support, and they just say, fuck it, you know what? We're gonna bite the bullet on this one. Juan Carlos is going to go to school. We're going to do whatever the fuck it takes. Yeah. I mean, because I know, like, in Mexico, what I know is a lot of people leave school because they got to work and help the family.
Yeah.
But then your family says, fuck that. Juan Carlos is going to be different. He's going to go to school. We're going to do whatever fuck it takes. I mean, if I got to go sell blood, we got to sell blood, whatever. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Can you make it? Can you get into a university? Yeah. Can you go into a university from a public school?
The thing is that we have the deplorable and terrible like primary schools and public both public primaries and high schools. No, they're terrible, but we have a very good public high schools and very good public universities. Like I have two. I went to two. I have like a major and a minor, you would say, Yeah. I have two of them, and I didn't pay nothing for that.
Where'd you go to school?
La UNAM, la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. Yeah.
Now, las universidades autónomas, the universities are autónomas, are those private or government?
No, they're public. I mean, public? They are autonomous. By what that means is that the government gives them money, but they don't tell them what to teach. It's
so state schools do. So state schools are told what to do.
And it's one of the best universities in the world.
In the world.
No, I know.
Yeah.
UNAM, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Then you have like El Tecnológico, which is a private school.
Yeah.
Right.
Is
That's
that
a
elitist?
Yeah,
I mean-
they have like they have those classes where they teach you how to be a better Mexican or citizen.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
a very...
like
Franevia
leadership.
went. That's where Franevia went.
Yeah, of
Franevia
course.
went there.
He's a fresa dude or what?
The school is kind of fresa. It's more of like, like the thing is that they are, in Mexico, the public universities are so good that the privates, the difference between the best private university and the UNAM, it's very large, So they're good amongst themselves, but the public education is another league. But yes,
Really?
I think you can...
The public education is better than the private education?
At a
And
college
also,
level, yes.
It depends on for which reason you're going to college.
Your major. So your major.
To higher learning.
Yeah.
Because you want to know people who got money. You go to a private university. You hang out with, you can be like the smart friend to the rich dumbass. So you're the one doing business with him, and then you're set.
That's the
and now you're gonna meet Renato. I mean,
that's funny that you say that, because that's the comparison I've always told people. I say an education is an education. You're gonna get the same quality education. No, getting a degree is getting a degree. You got your bachelor's. It doesn't matter what school you went to. It could be North Dakota State. It could be Long Beach State. It could be Harvard.
Yeah.
The difference is, if you go to Harvard, the reason why Harvard and schools like Tecnológico, I think La Universidad Iberoamericana, that's an expensive private school, right?
Cervantes, güey.
What?
Cebetis, claro, sí, el Covach.
El Covach, Cervantes.
El
That was a
Conalep.
fucking... Is Cervantes a common high school name or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a public high school, yes.
It's a technical high school.
It's a technical high school, yes.
So what I'm saying is, the reason why Harvard charges so much is not because you get a totally better. Yeah, you got some professors that are renowned, but not that your education's better. But it's like I compare it like going to a nightclub and going in general or going VIP. What it meant to be VIP back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Now everybody goes fucking VIP. But I'm saying, the people you're going to be in there with, they don't want anybody in that school, because the people you're going to go to school with are future presidents, future ambassadors, future economists. So, and that's what and plus you get the 10-to-1 classrooms or 15-to-1. Whereas in a public university, you get that 60-to-1, 100. Like here, I went to a public university. You're in a classroom and there's like 100 students in there.
Yeah.
So the teacher don't even know your fucking name. You just you just put your fucking assignment there, and it's on a pile with everybody else.
I once was in a class with 60 people in the same classroom. Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of fucking students, man.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing in Mexico, right? If you can go to UNAM, you're gonna get a great education. It's like UCLA. UCLA is it's a public school, but then you have USC. USC is a private school, and USC costs $20,000-$30,000 more than UCLA. But you go to USC, you're gonna go with fucking what's his name? What's his name? Will
Sanchez.
No, the actor Will
Smith?
No, the other guy, the white guy.
Sasso?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Okay.
So Will Sasso. So,
You remember Will Sasso, bro?
Man.
Will Ferrell went to
Big fan
USC.
of Will Sasso.
So you got a lot of people who go to those schools. So I think I guess that's common anywhere you go in the world.
Yeah.
Will Sasso is friends with Chris D'Elia, right?
Alfred Robles is friends.
Like Brian Callen.
Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia.
Callen, the Joe Rogan crew.
No, that's not my homie, dog.
You're not cool with Chris?
I've never hung out with them. I never talked to them. I never did anything with them.
I've never hung out.
You are, fool.
I'm not close with
Don't
him.
fucking put that shit on me, motherfucker.
You are friends with Chris D'Elia. No, you are friends with Chris D'Elia.
I'm acquaintance with Chris D'Elia, but I've never hung with him. Like I've never. We've had many conversations. You look at people. It's like it's funny because if I judge by appearance, I can tell you, I can see that he did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, like
But-
your gut feeling.
But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
like, am I 100% sure? I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, this is just speculation.
But it's different, like, you know, like the other actor, like Danny Masterson.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
He raped someone, yeah.
He was
Had
arrested.
3 girls. Yeah.
3 girls? God damn.
Yeah.
He's down for 45 years if he's found guilty.
Have you ever looked at somebody and just said, "Yeah, that guy's a rapist"?
That guy,
Yeah.
like the joke, he rapes. He
Yeah.
rapes, but he saves. Like Dave Chappelle.
but there's some,
Like Harvey Weinstein, you see a picture of him, like, yeah, he rapes.
Yeah.
Is Chris D'Elia big over there in Mexico, fool?
All comedians know him or
Yeah.
know of him.
the general
Yeah.
public doesn't.
Yeah, the general public doesn't. The
English
comedians,
speakers,
all
I
of
think,
us.
know
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah, English speakers. Yeah, correct. I mean, that's what I would go. But like, so what I'm saying is, I don't think. What was I gonna say? Fuck. Let me get.
That it doesn't surprise you.
I had a WhatsApp pop in
Creepy.
right now on my computer while I'm talking to you. That's why I'm getting messages. What was I gonna say? Damn, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. What I was gonna say about that.
That you hung out with them.
No, what the fuck? I never hung out with him. Dude. I mean, you hang out at the store. And you
I
say,
got a
"What's up?"
question. Like, I don't want to be like resentful or
Yeah.
whatever, but is there
But-
a white comedian with a Mexican opener?
Fuck no.
Oh.
Not that I
Yeah,
can.
maybe.
Who?
Well,
Alex Raimundo. Alex
Bert
Raimundo used to
Kreischer-
open for Tartar. What's his name? Tater.
Bert Kreischer takes Jesus Trejo out.
There you go. That's the thing. There you go. Now
No, but
He's my
Jesus gets
guy.
taken by a lot of
I'll
guys.
defend Bert
That's
Kreischer then.
But that's because of the
Yeah.
comedy store and all that. But is there like, I'm just saying, Jesus knows everybody there. So he's been on the road with Pauly Shore. He's been
With
on
Joe
the road
Rogan.
with Bert Kreischer, Joe Rogan.
There you go.
You know, but like somebody that was not around him and just decided to take one. I mean, the only guy I could say is like Alex Raimundo with what's his name, the blue collar comedy guy.
Like
Yeah. Always had-
cable guy,
No, the one that always has the drink.
Ron White.
Oh,
Ron
Ron
White.
White.
Yeah, Alex
Yeah.
Raimundo used to open for Ron White. So
Ron White, also my guy. I like him. He's drunk all the time.
Ron White is funny as fuck.
He's got a
Yeah,
he's
it's
got
really
a plane. Like I heard he's got a jet. Like he
Like a
knows how
private
to
plane?
live. Yeah.
How much money would you need to say, fuck, I'm gonna fly?
If you
private?
sell out, even if they're like mid-level rooms, but to white people, you're in. For it. You're getting.
You're done. Like
It's coming in. It's coming in. The rest of your life. I mean, it doesn't matter because Ron White is like works all year. He's not on Netflix. I don't think so. Or maybe
yeah,
I'm
he is.
wrong.
No.
Yeah, he is. No, he's
Yeah.
on. He's got a special. I don't know if it's on Amazon or Netflix.
I think it's on Amazon.
Is it on Amazon?
I think so.
Like he's
don't
very
remember.
well loved, but he's not like in like Dave Chappelle is like
No, fuck
the
no.
No.
comedian to watch
But he's
right now.
I mean, he's
just
known
as
and he's
funny.
respected and he's funny.
he's a great comedian.
He was talking shit about somebody the other day. I think it was about Mencia. He was clowning on him.
Hey, do you feel like doing comedy like in the norte and then in the south is different, or do you have to cater to them, or do you change anything?
I went.
Yeah, you gotta
to-
cater to them.
I did a show
have-
in
Yeah?
Monterrey in March, and I don't know. I made fun of them, and they like to be made fun of by the city comedian.
Yeah.
Like if that's your character, because there's two kinds of comedians. At least I've seen here in Mexico. Like you said,
which is-
Renato said, you cater to them. You say like, gracias gente bonita por venir aquí. Y les
Yeah.
tengo mucho respeto. Y las señoras y la mamá y todo eso. Y luego está el que dice pinche bola de rancheros atrasados, pinche país, pueblo poblano asqueroso. O sea, todo está de la verga acá. Y se ríen, o sea, como que, o sea, les late como que seas honesto por lo menos con ellos.
Yeah.
Not that I
Right,
hate
right.
Monterrey, but I don't know.
There's
I
a
like
lot of more like gimmicks in the north. I want to say like northern Mexican people really like their gimmicks. Like every comedian has, like
And they do each other's jokes.
yeah, they do
Yeah,
each
but
other's jokes.
I
Yeah.
don't think so much anymore. Like
No?
right now, it's like the next level. Like they got like the weird comedian. Like there's like I don't know if you know him. He's friends with Franco Gustavo Morales.
I don't know.
And
Gustavo
he's
Morales,
like
sí.
he's like their anti-comedian. You know.
Yeah.
Like his joke is that his jokes don't land. He's funny. He's got jokes, But when he's doing their podcast, his joke is like he's like just like sweating it out, you know, like trying to get it in, and he always fails. And they say he's moraleando, like his jokes don't go anywhere.
Okay.
And he manages to get the joke that's very like modern to me. Like Gustavo Morales go.
So
is it voluntarily?
I had a Mexican comedian, I won't mention names, and I remember him telling me, listening to my material and saying, hey, he wrote 3 jokes, and all 3 times he says, you know, I was inspired by one of your jokes, and I wrote this joke. And I said, really, motherfucker? Damn. You're inspired by my shit, huh?
Thanks so much.
You'll never be in Cholula, so, you know.
I think that dude La Mole is funny, dude.
Yeah, he's funny.
Right?
La Mole is funny. Gustavo's funny. There's a lot of comedy. Since in Monterrey there's a lot of money, you get to have a lot of options. There's like 2 old style comedy rooms and 2 stand-up rooms.
Yeah.
And there's probably more showrooms around. So you get stage time. The reason I think like Franco Escamilla grew so much is that you get stage time if you live. You can work around Monterrey and you make a living, and you have shows every weekend. So you get to develop as a comedian. Like usually I think comedians do that. They develop like 10 years and then they go for it, you know, like they try to strike it big. Like I think that's kind of the template, and that's how I think Franco did it, that he got the fame and then he was able to do our shows easily because he's been at least like 14 years when he hit it big.
Yeah, but the fucking so he'd been doing comedy for 14 years?
Yeah.
I think so, when he started becoming really big.
Like, the rumor was that he used to play his guitar on the bus for money. Is that true?
Well,
I heard that.
Told that story. I think.
Do you think that's made up?
I think so. I mean, I think it's part of the narrative. You know, like he's very like old style. That's it, in the sense like, have you ever heard Trova, Cisco?
Yeah.
Like Fernando Delgadillo. ¿Conoces a Fernando Delgadillo?
No, I don't know who that is, but I know what you're talking about.
Like the guitar, like that sensibility, and the places you got stage time were those places like cafes, like bars where people play the acoustic guitar. So there's a lot of that romanticism, you know, like I was in the streets.
So do you think that's made up? Do you think it's just it's a good story?
Bet he did it. I bet he did it, but I don't think he was like hand to mouth. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, like he speaks pretty good English. He's got like a lot of like bougie tastes in my.
And
I don't see him like a street, like, you know who's street? Christian Mesa. Christian Mesa is part of his squad. He's a comedian too, and he was friends with Franco since the beginning. And he's really funny, and he's got these videos that's called En el Barrio con Christian Mesa. And in one of those contents, he had a fist fight with a person on the street he didn't know. He was just taping and talking to people, you know, like man on the street, and then something like that. Y el ¿qué? Se empiezan a pegar así y se va. ¿Cómo? They start fighting.
You just start fighting.
Yeah, they start fighting, and Christian is like, así como.
I love how Renato hasn't heard shit. Like he's been living under a rock. Like everything we say, like Trump won. What? He's president. Wow,
I've been busy.
I can't believe it.
I've been busy this week. I've been writing a lot, and I've been shutting down.
No, dude, but we're talking about shit that happened a month ago, and you're like, really? He raped
that
her?
video is not. That's a deep cut, because when I started making videos, I started looking at what the other comedians were doing, because Franco Escamilla's videos get a lot of views.
Yeah.
So what were they doing? And I thought it was interesting because Christian is very different, because he's like a cholo, the kind like that they put like the bandana, like flat, you know, all around, and the white T-shirt.
What's his name? He said
Creeper. His name is Creeper.
I'm sorry.
His name is Creeper.
Don't rat me out, Alfredo.
Mesa.
He's talking shit about you. He said you.
No, I want to see how he looks. See if I know him.
Es Christian Mesa.
No, because there's a comedian named Frankie Quinones, and he does a character with the bandana and the white T-shirts, and he goes by Creeper. You've seen it, right, Alfred?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a funny guy, man. He's a funny guy. He's from up north. Yes, sir.
Have you seen this comedian? I think he's Filipino. Well, half Filipino. Brett Weinbach.
I'm gonna say Joe Coy. Have you heard of him? Be like Renato. Really? He's half Filipino. No, I've never seen him. ¿Por qué?
I think it's Brett or Bert Weinbach.
It sounds familiar, bro.
Yeah, he's very in with the alt scene, and I find it very funny because he looks white because he's half Filipino. You know, like he kind of like the guy who killed Versace, and his act, a lot of it is like mimicking like black accents or Spanish accents from LA, and I always wonder, like, he gets away with it. Like, nobody says anything that he's not Spanish because
they do it in white clubs. They won't do it in a Latino club or where there's a lot of Latinos or there's black people. They won't do that shit. They won't perform there. Better yet. There's a lot of comedians. There's a lot of comedians like that. I catch comedians doing certain material in Irvine, and then I don't see them in Ontario, or I don't see them, elsewhere. It's like they're not gonna, or if they do it, like if it's out of state and it's like a white audience. But there's a lot of that shit, dude. That's why, look, man, that's why it doesn't surprise me, all this shit, the Black Lives Matter and all this racism coming out. Doesn't surprise me because a lot of the comedians that perform, they've been doing material that I thought was, you don't have to censor yourself if you're a comedian. But a lot of what you say tells you where you're coming from. And there's a lot of guys who try to say shit, and I'm like, this fucker's racist. Yeah. And I know, and they represent their community. And and maybe in their eyes they're not racist because to them they're not causing anybody harm. They're just saying something, and it's something that was said in the environment they grew up in, in the society.
Like, I think everybody said this. It's not a new sentiment. That I prefer the overt racism. Like, I'm racist. I speak like this. I use these words. This is how I am. I don't give a fuck. Okay, that's your deal. But the sneaky racism, right? Like, again, Patrice O'Neill talked about it. Like passive aggressive. Like they're like insulting you, but they're so into their own shit, they don't know they're being condescending. Exactly.
No, I talked to Alfred about that once a long time ago. Alfred used to open for this redhead guy, and fucking and he tried to do that condescending shit on me, and I called him out on it, and I said, yo, dude, don't try to like belittle me, and I know what you're doing. I'm not stupid. I'm smart enough to understand what you're trying to put me down. You're being condescending, I said.
What did he say? Like, look,
oh no. Then, like the arm on the shoulder. Oh no, buddy, I'm not like that. Like, yeah, but you are, motherfucker. Or like you said, you do it so often you don't realize you're doing it.
Right. Yeah. That's more like what I've seen. That's creepier because it means like it's a level of kind of insanity. Like you're not connected to reality.
You're comfortable doing it.
You're in your wide world, so you don't see yourself being like racist, I guess.
I think racism is brought about through negative experiences with a certain race of people. Or it should be. Not that you should be racist, but I'm saying if you're gonna be racist, you should at least have a fucking bad experience and having like say, well, fuck, they did this to me. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm not.
Like
I don't.
The scene in The Sopranos, right, when they steal the car.
Yeah.
They take away with the dog.
But I'm saying is racism is wrong regardless of any reason. But I'm saying at least have a fucking negative experience to blame it on. I'm just saying I've had negative experiences with everybody, bro. I fucking like the guy who says, well, a black guy broke into my car. I fucking hate black people. Or the white guy fired me, so I hate all white people. Well, guess what? Mexicans broke into my car. I don't fucking hate Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
Mexicans ripped me off, robbed me, burned me, fucking hustled me more than anybody. More than anybody, because that's what I grew up around.
Yeah.
but we focus.
Like in Mexico, there's more classism, right?
Yeah, it's classism. No, there's racism too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I was going to say this earlier. Listen to when somebody says, pinche indio. That's racist.
Yeah. That's very racist. Yeah.
It's been a while, I gotta tell you. I mean, it's become more passive-aggressive, that kind of racism, at least in Mexico City. But growing up, that was all the time. Like,
really?
Pinche indio, pinche gato.
But gato, that's not racist, is it?
It's like a very old school because
but unless
you're all the time in your knees, like cleaning the floors, like.
Oh yeah, like I know, like if they call the girl who cleans your house la gata, then that's fucking discriminating. That's humiliating, discrimination.
I never knew that, bro.
Like
what, la gata?
La chacha.
Yeah, or el gato or la gata. I never heard of that shit.
Well, it's different que seas la gata a que te pongan la gata.
There's a song like La Banda MS. Donde la de El Patrón, la de dijiste que me querías, te diste la prueba de amor, te fuiste con ese bastardo nomás por su camionetón, pero que tarde te diste cuenta que ese vato era el gato del gato del gato del gato del patrón. Y luego
damn.
O sea,
he wasn't even the fucking just the top gato.
Yeah.
Y luego al final de la canción, at the end of the song, he says, y con el batillo con el que andabas, soy el patrón. O sea, he gave a job to the guy who was fucking his girl before. Like, that's real bro shit, like getting benefits, like social security.
Yeah, there's a lot of words, like for instance, Alfred, you bring from Sonora, it's similar to Sinaloa. They're both northern states. It used to be one state. It used to be el estado de Sonora y Sinaloa, or Sinaloa y Sonora, or some shit. That's way back, right? History.
Yeah, way back in like the 19th century.
Like Texas y Coahuila. That was one state.
That was one state, yes.
Yeah. So fucking but those states, and I think I mentioned on the show before here, the word mayate. The mayate means your gay lover.
Claro.
But in the States, we say, they call black people that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like, see, this guy, I'm telling you, Renato. Oh,
I never knew.
Like, breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news.
I think the point is basically to not be caught talking shit about other people. Have these little codes, so they're like, like in Mexico, we don't say the police, we say la tira, no? La tira, no?
You think the police doesn't know? You call them la tira?
Well, that's the thing, that you get a new thing. The new thing, we don't know about it.
Like 5-0.
I've never heard of la tira either, bro.
Tira, claro.
Oh, God. Are you sure it wasn't going to go? No, I'm kidding.
I've heard la policía.
La chota.
La chota.
La jura.
Jura, los federales. But I never heard la tira, bro.
La tira. Maybe it's more from Mexico City.
La poli.
La poli.
¿Cómo se llama? Los cuicos también.
So here it's 5-0. One time.
5-0.
One time.
What else?
One time.
One time.
It's the Quicos. What's that, bro?
Cuicos, police.
It's police as well.
Like patrolmen. Los cuicos.
Because they charge you real quickly.
Yo creo, ¿no? Es como, creo que suena como, it means like cuico, like quick, like
like the sound of the pigs, yes.
No shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, so what's happened? What's going on with that investigation about the cop, dude, that fucking beat up that guy? The one we spoke about last week.
The girl.
Or no, the guy. Remember he got beat up in front of his brother, in front of his house?
Mexico?
Yeah, in Mexico. Remember they burned a cop because they were rioting, protesting?
Oh, that was Guadalajara, way.
In Guadalajara, where the guy's brother got beat up in front of him to beat to death or some shit.
No, they shot the guy because he wasn't wearing a mask.
That's what it was. Yeah, he was wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
So what happened with
Giovanni.
that? Giovanni. So the police get in trouble for that?
I think they were charged. The guys who killed. I'm thinking they were like also there was another like police brutality thing in Mexico City, and they also charged the cops, but it's like I think it's different here. Like it's we talked about it before. Like there's a different culture. Like police don't have that much power here. I mean, they're afraid of you. I mean, if they know that if they mess with the wrong person,
they don't know who you are. They don't know.
Yeah,
they don't know if you're in the cartel or some shit. They don't know who you are.
In Mexico, there's a lot of like, you don't know who I am. Fucking with me, I'm gonna call your boss.
So you think if I was pulled over by the cops and I said, you don't know who you're fucking with, I might get away?
And there's also the question of knowing your rights. You know, cops they try to go for poor people sometimes, or people that don't know their rights, so they just can take advantage of them.
Bro,
So if you also like become really uppity, you know, like fuck you, I don't you can't check my trunk, you can't make me leave my car, you can't take my car. Sometimes they want to take the keys of your car.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I've had the little. Here's my little bitch moment. Mine, right? With the police. We're in Tijuana, and
I get pulled over there too, bro.
I get pulled over because my windows were tinted.
Same fucking shit.
Tinted. So hold on,
thing, bro.
So a guy pulls me out, takes me to the back, and I'm gonna tell you why I felt like a little bitch. Brings me to the back of the car, and he brings out his fucking little rule book.
Yeah.
And shows me that the law that says that I cannot have tinted windows.
Yeah.
It's breaking it down to me, explaining to me. Meanwhile, my wife and my kids are in the car. And the hotel that we're staying at is like right around the corner. And so I'm about to go like, so what? So my hands are in my pocket. My wife comes out of the car. She gets out of the car. She comes back. She goes, what the fuck's going on? ¿Qué chingados está pasando aquí? And I'm like, no, pues, and then the cop's like, le estoy explicando al señor que no puede tener las ventanas ahumadas. You can't have tinted windows. Yeah. Es violación del acto, whatever the fuck is rule book, código, whatever, code, whatever. And my wife.
I believed it.
No, and my wife goes, mi esposa, no, eso es ridículo. ¿Cómo que? Entonces nos va a multar. Pues entonces va a parar a cada carro que va pasando, mire, ventanas ahumadas. Va a parar a todo el mundo. No crea que porque ve placas de California nos va a hacer pendejos. Yo soy de aquí. Yo vivo aquí. El carro nomás porque tiene placas de California no es porque somos de allá. Él dice, no nos va a cobrar, ¿verdad? And he's like, pues le estaba explicando, pero no nos va a cobrar, ¿verdad? And he's like, pero no nos va a cobrar, ¿verdad? And I'm like, fool, shut the fuck up. He's gonna beat me up. And he goes, no le voy a cobrar, nomás le estoy explicando al señor para que, pues, tú sabes, porque los puede parar otra persona, puede haber problemas. Entonces, pero vaya con cuidado. Okay, gracias, my wife. Ándale, vámonos.
Gracias.
And I'm like, that's when I felt like a little bitch, bro, because my wife came to save
your ass.
I was about to pay the motherfucker.
Es que esa es una buena estrategia. That's good strategy talking to Mexican cops, to be real like treat them like shit, you know, like.
Yeah. Have you ever treated a cop like shit?
Yes.
You have, Renato?
Yes.
Renato looks like he knows all the laws and shit.
I do, but I don't look like I do. So they try to fuck with me, and they just can't.
What's one situation that you recall?
I was in El Museo del Chopo, which is a place in Mexico City, right?
El Chopo, the flea market?
No, it's right next to it. I mean, it's a few blocks away from it, but it's a museum, right?
Okay.
And I was smoking a cigarette, and I no smoke no more. I heard you, and I quit smoking like 3 months ago.
Okay.
And I was smoking, my cigarette, and a cop came from behind, and he was like, you're smoking. And I was like, yes, tobacco. And I said, I can know if it's tobacco, no? So you have to come with me because you're smoking marijuana. Like, let's go. Like, take me to the station and tell them I was, what I was doing, So he was trying to extort me and to obtain money. So I went like, no, let's do this by the book. Take me to jail right now and tell them that I did this and they did that. And he gave up, But afterwards, I called a number of it's called I forgot the name, but if you live in a certain part of the city, you are assigned a policeman. It's called cuadrantes, right? So I googled what quadrante I was in, and I called the chief of that cop,
Mm-hmm.
And the chief, I called the cop, and they started an investigation on him for doing that to me. So I had to go to the station, and he had to tell his superiors in front of me why he was trying to arrest me. So I treated him like shit and went, you're lying. Like you're lying in front of your boss. You should be ashamed of yourself. And then
you should be ashamed of yourself, Renato. You snitch.
No,
God.
I use the system. They never expected that.
Could you imagine, Alfred, doing that in LA? Like, oh yeah, take me to jail. Come on, we'll see.
Yeah.
Bro, when I got pulled over in TJ, it was the same thing for the tinted windows, dude.
Oh.
And that goes, I'm going to impound your car, and you could get it from over there. Y va a salir más caro, he tells me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he goes...
They always say that.
Yeah, and then he wanted a quebrada, and I fucked up, bro. I go, hey, te voy a dar $200.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, my dumb ass, I pull out my wallet, and I was going to give it to him. Then he goes, no, así no se hace. He goes, he goes, open your la cajuela, y nomás ponlo ahí. And then I had my my little humidor where I put my cigars.
Yes.
And that fool thought it was where I had my gun, bro. He goes, ahí donde tengo la pistola, ahí déjalo los $200. And I don't know what the fuck he was talking about, bro. And I don't carry a gun, bro. My dumb ass still looking for the gun.
$200? Why'd you tell him $200, dude?
I was scared, dog. So I'm all like, okay. So I'm all fucking moving everything in my trunk. I'm like, fuck, ¿dónde está la pistola? And then I go, ¿cuál pistola, señor? He goes, ahí en esa caja no tiene la pistola. No es pistola, es para los cigarros. And he goes, okay, nomás déjalos ahí. Yo nomás voy a entrar y los voy a agarrar. Es que no quiero que nadie que me mire.
Sure.
Yeah, so he fucking got
That's
me
a
for
great
200.
story.
The reason the cop was showing you the little book is that he gives you the book, you put the bribe inside the book, and you give it back. That's the...
Oh, is that how that works?
No, bro, I tried to
Ritual.
say, hey, aquí está tu dinero. Fucking dinero.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Really? You put the money inside the book and you give it
Yeah,
back
because
to him?
he did show me a book too, like where the laws.
Que dónde va el dinero.
Fucking dude, man.
Yeah.
Look, one time they stopped me, but I gave him 200 pesos because I gave him $20 actually. And at that time, I think the dollar was like 12 pesos. So it was like 240 pesos. But I felt like I had to because I fucked up. I went the wrong way down a one-way street. When he stopped me, I said, fuck, he's got legitimate reason. Dude, but ese güey, when he saw me, he was parked there like trying to hit on some chick, like trying to talk to some girl. And when he saw me, he saw me coming towards him on the other lane. No mames, la metió en reversa. I was like, holy shit. And the reason I went down that one-way street the wrong way was because it was a weird road. And I was coming down a street and I saw a car in front of me turn to their left. So when they made a left, I said, oh, I can make a right here. Because they were in front of me coming towards me. So it was their left. I made a right. When I made the right, I went straight. So later on, I found out when that car made a left, there was another street that went diagonally behind that other street. There was 1, 2, 3 streets. Yeah. But I didn't see that other fucking street.
Yeah.
So I went down the one-way street.
Streets are all fucked up usually. I mean,
I like to meet the architect who fucking designed all the streets.
Hey, bro, I gave them so much money, bro, that fool gave me an escort to the border, bro.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah, fool. I know that luces, but he goes, yeah, tú nomás sígame. And he took me all the way to the fuck.
That's a great story.
What do you remember?
Great story.
Do you remember around what date? Like what date that was? Like around like what time? Like what month?
It was like in December.
So it was Christmas time. You made his Christmas.
You made his Christmas.
And I was scared, bro. And I didn't want to fuck it. He goes, no te voy a quitar el carro. You're gonna have to come over here. I go, fuck that.
Usually those threats are meaningless because they don't have that power. Usually people that are stopping you for like that those kind of like things, they can give you a ticket, or they can or they can actually take you to the station and it won't proceed. Nothing will happen.
No,
because they don't have like the they don't care. I mean, a judge has to care enough to like, okay, whatever. So usually, like Renato, no, like you were smoking weed on the street. Okay, let's go. Mm-hmm. Even if I were smoking weed on the street, who gives a? I mean, who cares? It's something you're just trying to extort me. You're trying to scare me. So let's. So
go. They look worse. They look worse in doing that.
Yeah.
So I remember the guy. I remember the guy who stopped me for going one way. He wanted $120 because I went down the one way.
What?
And I said it costs $120, and I went like this. I went, yeah, I don't have $120, man. Oh, está bien. Vamos al cajero. Let's go to the ATM. And I said, that's not gonna do any good because I don't know how much I got. Last time I checked, I had like $20.
Yeah.
And my wife is the one that handles our finances, and she likes to spend a lot of money. So I'll be honest with you, I don't know what I have. And he goes, well, how much do you have? And the whole time there's a girl in the car, and she's with a pen and the ticket book, and she just keeps doing this, but she never writes shit. She's just like threatening to write me. I said, well, give me the fucking ticket. He goes, no. Well, how much do you have? And I said, I could have said I had nothing, but I said, I knew I fucked up. I went down the one-way street. So I said, I got $20, man. You want them? And he goes, oh, pues pásatelos, you know, like, fuck, man. You know, like he felt like he was going to come up on $120. No. So I pulled him out. And he goes, no, me los des así. Mira, yo te voy a regresar tu licencia y debajo me pasas el billete.
Como en Las Vegas.
Yeah, like I'm going to give you your ID back, and underneath, you just give me, I'm like, motherfucker. Bro, well, they pulled me over with Jason Rouse and TJ in the middle of the day, and they looked at his passport, said Canada, and they fucking didn't do shit to him. They started fucking with me. And dude, I had just done a gig, and I think I might have made like $500 in that gig or something, like the night before. Yeah, I didn't really spend shit. I mean, probably we went to eat or whatever. Just I went to go show Jason around, whatever. Took him to like I took him to a bar. I think
Hong Kong.
Huh?
Hong Kong.
No, I took him to one called El Pub de la Chapul. It's like it's a fresa area in TJ. It's where all those you know los fresas where they hang out. That little park.
Yeah. El como pub de la qué?
El pub, like pub.
Yeah. Sí,
El pub de la Chapultepec. El pub de la Chapultepec.
Okay.
Like an Irish pub. It's a nice little Irish pub. And I remember fucking, so I had to take everything out of my pockets, and in my pockets was my $500.
Claro.
And I said, motherfuckers. So I put everything on todo en el cofre.
Yeah.
Put everything on top of the fucking cofre. And I said, this motherfucker's going to take my money. And I'm sure he looked at it and probably said, fuck. He goes, what are you doing here? I go, no, dude, well, we did a comedy show last night. We're here, and we just came. He's, you know, I brought my buddies from Canada. He wanted to come eat, see TJ. He's never been to Mexico. I said, fuck it. We'll just go to TJ, you know, so you can check it out, whatever. Okay. All right. And he just questioned me for a while, and then they let us go. And I stuck but he didn't charge me anything. But it was middle of the day. People were starting to come out of their houses because we were in a residential area. People started coming out and looking like, what's going on? And I reached out with my hand to say, hey, muchas gracias. He goes, no. Te ve mal eso.
Yeah.
No, he just let us go. So I was like, fuck, thank God he didn't take my money, because he could have took it all, bro.
Yeah.
But check out the difference with how American cops act and Mexican cops act. Like, no, man, don't put like
American cops will body
like
slam
very,
you.
like take it easy, you know, like let's do it, like very like weak. Like,
timid and shit.
Like, I want $1,000. I got $10. Okay, whatever. Like, here they have no dignity. You don't ever hear that. Talk to me with respect.
No,
talk to a Mexican couple like shit, and they just take it.
So are they just used to it? They don't say like, hey man, have some fucking respect. They don't say that.
You know what, bro? That's why they take it out on us, fool. That's how they take it out on us, dude, because they can't say shit to the locals,
to the citizens.
But they weren't like violent with you guys or like anything. No. They just stopped you.
For a nice fool, they give me an escort to the fucking.
Oh yeah, for $200, man. Fuck, that's more than he makes. That's more than he makes in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably.
Cops are in the same like talent pool for taqueros, taxi cab drivers.
How much does a cop make?
Not a lot.
I mean, what would
bribes
you say?
Included, like a dirty cop?
No, without bribes. Without bribes.
Without bribes, there's a cop station really near my house, and they offer 20,000 pesos a month.
20,000 pesos. That's not even $1,000.
No, it's $1,000.
That's not
even
a little
under $1,000.
Yeah, it's under. It's like $900.
Kick up your salary
a month.
So then you would. That's so that. So then. You have to. Oh, and then you have to pay the boss a percentage because he got you the position.
Probably.
Don't they do that?
Well, it's been known to happen. Like,
But
what's the same here as in the U.S. is that they're very secretive. You know, like they don't air out their laundry. They're like a very old Mexican gang that's old Mexico City.
Yeah.
Like they take care of each other, and they basically live to do nothing. That's why I like them better than the American police, because you don't see them doing much. So it's better.
Yeah.
It's better that a cop doesn't do shit. You don't want them to be like being proactive and doing CrossFit like the American cops. And
that's funny because my wife says that she loves the United States. She doesn't even want to go. I tell her, let's go. We'll live in Mexico. Nah. I'm not gonna leave. I love Los Angeles and this and that. Because I was like, let's go. We'll move to Mazatlan. It's fucking cheaper. This and that. Nah, fuck that. She's like, she doesn't want to live over there. She'll probably retire over there. She don't want to live there now.
I get it.
And you know, but she says that what she loves about Mexico is that she feels more free over there. Like the police aren't just always after you. And it's funny because we feel like as pochos that they are always after us. Like every time I see a cop, I go, this motherfucker's gonna pull me over. Like honestly. And I'm sure it's probably with a Mexicano, the way they feel when they come here, like, oh shit, this cop's gonna pull me over.
Yeah.
You know,
usually, like the Mexican cop, when he pulls you over to extort you, he looks a little bit ashamed. You know, like he's like, sir, like I see, and the American cop is like all like uppity, right? You know, like only your face and demanding respect and all that bullshit. I get what you're saying, like
license and registration.
Yeah.
Like they don't think
Cops try to be
look
friendly
at you
for
like
some
a
reason.
human.
Yeah.
So how would you rather have it? You rather have the mordida, or would you rather have a legit police officer that enforces law?
I mean, it depends. Like.
Oh yeah, it depends. No, but you can only have it one way. How would you rather have it? There's no both.
American cops are dirty too.
Yeah, they are.
You can bribe them too. Like it's more expensive. But you
no, they could take you to jail for bribing them though. They'll say you tried to bribe them.
Well, because they can't, but there's lots of ways.
Wait, if you try to bribe a cop, the cop brings you to jail?
Yeah, that's an offense.
Oh shit! Okay.
So if you said
that's a felony too, bro.
Yeah, I think it's a felony. If you say, well, here's $500. What? Vámonos. You're going to jail. He tried to bribe me with $500.
Yeah, if you want to get away with
I charge $5,000. What a fucking dick.
So you have to be more powerful. You like, I killed somebody. So you got like the police union chief boss number. So, hey man, you owe me that favor. I killed this person. Please take it easy. And you can do it. I mean, all cops are dirty because they're powerful, and powerful people abuse their power. It's like, that's what it's
but here, not all cops are dirty. Not all.
There was a case. It was a very weird case. Like, there was like a FBI guy that wanted to become a mobster, and he was taking money from mobsters, and he was doing it for years. And finally, they caught him. They don't do a lot of noise about it because it's not good for business. But
are you sure it was not a movie?
It wasn't a movie, Renato.
You're talking about the movie with Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Donnie Brasco.
Yeah, he was.
It's a dirty fucking. Why would you rather have it, Alfred? Would you rather pay off Would you like it if we in the United States a cop pulled you over for speeding? You said, "Man, here's $40, man. Let me go."
No.
No.
I think I like it the way it is here.
Because think about it. If you get a speeding ticket, like you don't have shit to do during the day, but like the average person, they have to miss work, then they gotta go stand in line.
Yeah.
You know, and pay. Well, you could pay your tickets online now, but if you got court, you got to go to court. You got to stand in line. You got to wait till they call you, and then it's like fucking $300 or some shit.
Yeah, but you're gonna drive more carefully, bro.
These scared because you know how it is, like fucking in the hood, bro. Motherfuckers don't care. They're fucking peeling out, stepping on it. They just fly by.
I have a question for you guys. Are you guys? Do you guys do jokes about the narcos, or is that a subject you can't touch?
Yeah, we do.
Like, I mean,
you don't make fun of a narco.
No, you don't make fun of a narco. But the narco is never the butt of the joke. You know, like you make jokes about that some place is very dangerous because of the narco, or you can say, you know, like people that dress like narcos, but you never go like, have you realized how much of a bitch a narco is? No, you don't.
Or like you could say, like I have a cousin that was a magician. He went to Sinaloa and disappeared. Like,
Exactly.
like some shit like that. And that's how you're making the joke about the narco. Like,
correct, but it's never against the narco. Like and narcos have very
there's some
tacky
people
taste.
that talk about, I mean, usually
you don't say el pendejo era narco.
Okay, never.
Like, and I think like they don't care. Like we're too small compared to them. Like we're not talking to
Yo no me
them.
atrevería. I wouldn't be curious enough to.
Well, it's never happened. It's never happened in Mexico that a comedian has been like threatened by organized crime.
What about Paco
He's been beat
Stanley?
up by cops.
What about
No
Paco
mames,
Stanley?
güey. Paco Stanley, cabrón.
But it wasn't because of his comedy. It was his material. He was killed because he was doing business with them.
Okay.
I'm the
Yeah,
typical conservative Mexican.
Yeah, but
somebody
what if
dies and said he was doing business with
But here's the
them?
thing. Well, here's the thing, dude. Okay, let's say a narco comes to you and says, "Hey, I got a club. I want you to do shows for me every week. I'm gonna pay you this much."
I say I'm dyslexic. I can't read or write or do numbers.
Oh, good. And you won't care how much I pay you. See, I'm just saying. That's the thing. That's how people get caught up in that. It's not because they want to.
No.
It's because, I mean, do you dare to say no? I mean, maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's happening right now, fool.
I mean, maybe you can say no, and nothing happens, but you don't even know. Right?
Yeah,
like,
you never know.
You could say no, and then something happens to a relative of yours,
Yeah.
Right.
and then
What
there's a
happened,
note,
Alfredo?
and then there's a note. ¿Quieres hacer el show? You're like, fuck.
I said it's probably happening now, right? Like where the top comedians of Mexico, they get offered all this money to do shows for them. Do you think so or no?
I've heard it's been done before, but they don't talk about it. At least not with me. I mean,
Polo Polo
there are
or something like
stories like
Polo Polo probably.
Yeah, right?
¿Te acuerdas de Natera? Do you remember Natera? He did shows for Narcos. I think he told us. ¿Te
Natera?
acuerdas?
Me acuerdo de eso, pero la historia era que Chespirito había hecho shows para Narcos. Jorge Falcón había hecho también
He looks
shows
like he
para
likes
Narcos.
coke. He looks like he likes cocaine.
Pues claro, tiene la nariz.
With a big ass nose, it must be a lot of money.
Y que decía que el chiste era así como que lo taparon la cara, lo subieron a un coche, lo llevaron así un rato a la sierra y llega así a un foro y está así lleno y están todo el mundo echando desmadre. Entonces sube al escenario, como siempre pasa, ¿no? Que no presentan al comediante. Entonces está ahí en el escenario, ahí como pues nada más viendo todos los narcos drogándose y echando desmadre. Y él, bueno, no sé qué, y siguen echando desmadre. Y bueno, y siguen echando desmadre. Y dice, bueno, ¿para qué chingados me trajeron entonces? Y ya se rieron y se sentaron ahí. O sea, porque ese es el chido. O sea, te quieren el show porque son fans de la comedia, les gusta.
Yeah.
Malo fuera que no te quisieran. Ahí sí.
Eso sí, ¿eh?
That's gotta be fucking scary though, dude. Fuck.
Yes.
Como el Valentín Elizalde, ¿no? Sí fue
I
él.
think.
How did they kill him? I don't remember how they killed. I remember they shot him up.
They shot him up over there by
But I thought it was for singing. Was it for singing that song? Was it really for that? I heard it was because he was messing around with somebody's girl.
Yeah, he was tortured. He was like.
I've heard a lot of
his
stories.
genitals.
I heard I heard they shot him.
They shot him 72 times.
They shot him with a machine gun that they shot him so much that they kind of like chopped his body in half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Sí, lo
fucking.
cosieron a tiros. But I've heard a lot of stories. I've heard the chick story. I've heard the song story. Like he pissed a narco. I heard a lot of versions. I don't know which ones.
I heard he sang because he sang the song.
Yeah.
Which song? I don't know.
The song.
Mis enemigos.
Mis enemigos.
Yeah.
Siguen ladrando los perros.
Igual era un mensaje, ¿no? De que estaban como dos cabecillas peleando, they were fighting, and then like he was like putting on the song, hey, this is my song because I'm the shit. Well, you're the shit. I just killed the guy who sang that song. Hate it.
Oh, you're the shit. I'll show you, motherfucker, who the shit is.
They supposedly that they told him not to sing it, and he opened up the show with that song, and he closed the show with that song. Supposedly.
Yeah.
And it's it was during the climax of the war.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't lose face.
It was like 2005, dude. Like 2005, 2004.
Really? Has it been that long?
Yeah, bro.
2005, 2006, but anyway.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
15 years ago. That's a long ass time ago.
Yeah, because I remember all the little cars in Mazatlan driving around. Ay, como me duele. Como me duele. They kept playing that shit over and over and over.
Jenny Rivera, que salió la historia que she would narcos slapped her around in front of everybody.
What?
Yeah, sí que the story I think is that she was forced to give oral sex to one of the guys. Like they just disrespected
and she was so bad they slapped her around.
I think that was
like I thought you were good at this.
Get on the helicopter.
Like fuck, dude. Like seriously. So she was forced to give a guy head a narco, and then they slapped her around.
See, I think the Barbie.
Yeah, she was with him.
Really, him?
Supposedly, yeah.
Holy fuck!
Have you seen La Barbie? He was arrested.
La Barbie?
Yeah, the footage. You know.
Yeah, I saw the picture. He's wearing
he's laughing. His
London shirt. He's wearing that London shirt.
Yeah. This is Valentin's Hot Wheel.
Claro.
It's a Hot Wheel.
That's so funny.
Oh my god, that's fucked up. That's cold blooded, dude.
That's so funny.
You're so funny. Yeah, because he got shot inside the car, dude.
Yeah, he got shot. That's extra. Fool, you don't get the monito. You only get the car.
So what do you say?
You can split in two.
So here's the thing. Like there was a time.
Yeah.
You know, here we had the Black Lives where the black people are getting killed by police and all that. Fuck, there was a time when musicians in Mexico were just getting fucking smoked every week.
Yeah.
They were.
But that was like more in the norte too, right? Did that happen in El DF también, way, or?
I mean, they were all people from El Norte, but there were a few, high-profile musician killings in Mexico City. I remember
not so
a couple
much.
of them.
Era Jenny Rivera, Valentín Elizalde. Who else?
The guy from
more fool, but just I don't remember the top of my head.
No. The guy, Gerardo Ortiz got shot in Colima. He was shot up. He didn't get killed, but he got shot up because that's when they killed. That's when they killed Ramiro, his cousin. That was the manager. So Ramiro was we did a comedy show with them.
Banda.
Huh?
I thought you didn't like Banda.
No, I told you the story that when I was younger, I didn't like it because my stepdad would play that shit all night on the weekends
with the hat,
and I couldn't sleep, right?
Right.
So, but no, I fucking learned to like it. I do like Banda. I love Banda. It's fucking in the Sinaloa blood, man. You gotta fucking like it, dude. But I'm saying, no. What was the name of that fucking group?
El Duranguense.
Who? Yeah, los Duranguenses. Yeah, from the Duranguenses. He got shot. He got killed.
Those are like deep cuts. These guys are like inside, like for fans. I mean,
I remember that they killed
they killed
Facundo musician
Cabral
in the city.
In Guatemala.
Chalino Sanchez's son.
Yeah.
Chalino Sanchez's son died in a fucking. I mean, there's a bunch of fucking.
That tells you that their talents are not well respected because anybody can play that shit, like.
No mames.
Like, don't kill him. He's so talented. Man, everybody, they all sing the same.
Dude, I trip out when I hear singers and they're fucking singing songs for different cartels, and those cartels are enemies. Yeah. And I'm like, are you just trying to cover your ass, or what? Like, hey man, I wrote one for you too. Don't fucking go trip. I got one.
Yeah.
Hey, so you guys never like banda music growing up?
I do. I'm more of a cumbia guy, but yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. The thing about like banda is like I told Cisco the last time, you can't ignore it, and it usually just played at like top volume, like whether you want it or not. Like you're walking around like there's like a like floor tile store, and like fuck. Now I gotta like.
It's like mariachi.
And sometimes and there's like these songs they play all the time. I don't want to hear again the song like Ojalá que te mueras y no sé qué. I hate that song.
Pero eso no es banda. Bueno, sí es banda.
Ojalá que te mueras.
Sí, la de Ojalá que te mueras y no sé
qué. It's from...
Those are corridos tumbados, güey.
Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that? About what's it? Pepe Aguilar said que son corridos tumbados, and the dude fucking started attacking him.
Yeah.
Called him an idiot and all that for not knowing what corridos tumbados. What are they? I don't even know what they are.
They're misters, Mexican hipsters. You know, that's the new thing. Like,
what are corridos tumbados? What is that?
It's
I have no idea. I've heard the story, but I have no idea.
With
really?
With banda.
Is it really trap music?
Yeah.
What?
And it's hitting hard, fool.
Is it?
Yeah.
Kids
they did like a duet with somebody who's famous.
With Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny? I know Snoop Dogg did one, huh?
But that he did it with.
That was a good one.
Was it? I haven't heard it.
I liked it. I liked it. Yeah, it's kind of a guilty pleasure. I admit it, but yeah, I really dig it. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to like it that much, but I really dig it.
Snoop Dogg puts videos of him playing music in his car, Mexican music, and he listens to it.
Yeah.
You think like Snoop Dogg like said, "I want $1 million," and Banda MS like, "We'll get it." Like, he was making a call. Hey, primo, me dijiste que quería cabrón, quiere dinero, ¿cómo? ¿Cuánto quieres? Ten, cabrón.
Llama a tu primo, güey. A él le encanta de Snoop.
Snoop Dogg comes out winning in that shit, right?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, of course.
More than Banda MS, Snoop Dogg wins.
Yeah, because black people ain't gonna listen to Banda MS.
No, hell no.
Yeah. But now a lot of Mexican people will know of Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
They haven't heard him already. I mean, like all you do is play a song. Es el negro ese que canta esa canción. Mira.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Doggy,
Hey, how do you guys feel? I'm pretty sure both of you guys are younger than me. How do you guys feel when Pepe Aguilar called out that guy Nathaniel Cano?
What did he call him out about?
With the music. Pero he said that's not real music.
Sí, claro. Pues Pepe Aguilar tiene como...
Yeah, but he wasn't talking about corridos tumbados because he said he didn't even know what it was.
But he meant them, bro. He just didn't want to name names. He said, esa no es música de verdad. Whatever. The way
I've never even heard of that guy. First of all, that dude shouldn't even be stepping to Pepe Aguilar because Pepe Aguilar has a career and has been around for years. His dad is an icon in Mexico.
Yeah.
So for you to come
I think it goes both ways though.
Nah, I never heard of that guy. Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah,
he's hot.
Oh, he's hot. Like, well, still, is he gonna be here hot 10 years from now? You know, I mean, where's fucking where's those fucking what are those guys called? Boss. Mando. Where are they?
Who?
Voz de Mando.
Voz de Mando, I don't remember them.
You don't know who Voz de Mando is?
Follow the leader.
Thank you. So where are they? They sang that song El Hummer y el Ferrari or El Hummer y el Camaro or some shit.
But those fools are not at Natalio's level, bro.
So Natalio is like Gerardo Ortiz level.
Bro, that fool made a song with Bad Bunny, dog.
Doesn't matter.
Bad fucking Bunny, fool.
I'm not even a Bad Bunny. I just recently heard.
Not you, but the kids. Dude.
Pepe Aguilar is on his way out.
I don't listen to anybody named Bad
fool.
Bunny.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Okay, pop is the new pop.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, it's okay. It would be like
you can't be saying stuff like that. I feel. I'm not saying I'm right, but you can't be saying stuff like that.
It'd be like Brian Redband stepping to fucking Bill Burr and calling him out.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
Brian Redband's hitting with the young people. He's hitting with the young people on the podcast.
But Pepe called him out, fool. That guy didn't call him out.
Well, okay, but Bill Burr called out Brian Redband. I'd be like, well, fuck it, it's Bill Burr. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's different, bro.
He exposed himself. I think he's accustomed to be like very pampered, and he's not, because in Mexico you don't get like Tekashi. This phenomenon of like new rappers. In Mexico, it's a very new thing. Yeah. So he's very surprised. He's talking about this shit, and he thinks like nobody listens to it, and he isn't aware that millions of kids are listening to it. I mean, I think there were like threats of violence or whatever.
I'll probably listen to it tomorrow and go, damn, that's a cool song. I'll be honest, up to the moment, I haven't heard it. I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna judge it. I'm not gonna judge it, but I'm saying.
But you heard like the adios. You know who likes that music probably? El adiós, amor, me voy de ti.
What the fuck?
What do you mean?
¿Cuál se llama? La de. Ay, ¿cómo se llama?
Yeah, fucking.
Espinosa Paz or what?
Cristian Nodal.
Cristian Nodal.
Claro.
What happened to Espinosa Paz, dude? What happened to that guy?
He was trying to have sex. Ah, no.
Sing Christian music?
No, ¿con quién anduvo Belinda? ¿Con quién estaba teniendo como cosas?
Belinda?
Pepe Aguilar, tal vez.
Y no soy un malán.
Hey, this is Nathaniel Cano, fool.
A los 12 años yo empecé rolando, yo vengo del barrio, me hice millonario, ahora monto una Lambo. Y no soy un malandro. Con 19 años me metí de lleno al trabajo, el negocio, tenemos los ceros y las cuentas llenando. Y no ando mamando.
No.
Yo no
See,
olvido
yeah, I can't listen to that, bro. I can't listen to that.
I mean,
See, look, listen.
Bro, that shit
Don't get me
hits
wrong.
hard, fool.
Yeah,
I
okay,
don't
it hits hard, but it's the same problem. It hits hard, but it's the same problem I have with a lot of hip hop, and the fact that these record labels that are white owned push this music into our neighborhoods
Ah, claro.
to fucking keep us down, because now kids have no fucking ambition to do the right thing, to study, to do something in life. They get into they get into illegal shit.
But this guy said, "I'm no soy un malandro." O sea, he said,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Boy.
It doesn't matter, but he's no, but it doesn't matter. But he's pushing up like name brand shit and all that bullshit, all that material shit that keeps your focus away from what you should be doing.
Claro.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
you don't think these fools, Pepe Aguilar, Vicente Fernandez, they don't push name brand shit?
who knows? Maybe they're sponsored by him.
Bro, no key.
I don't hear sing about Versace and shit like that. I've never heard
but
of
they wear
Nothing
it.
about that. They used to go with the fucking pistola, bro.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Okay, but he didn't talk about the
right.
name brand of the pistola, and he didn't say my
Vicente-
pistola.
Hey, pero la
he never
pistola
sang
no
about
es
selling
problema,
drugs.
güey, nothing.
No, it's a totally different thing. That's a totally different thing. But that's a traditional thing. Like the singers, the Mexican singers, the charros would walk out with a pistola or with the outfit on. It's a traditional thing. The trap music is not traditionally Mexican or Latino.
But correct me.
I
if
get
I'm wrong,
it. It's a new thing. We always evolve. I get it. We evolve.
Yeah.
I get it. But I don't like the message that it gives to young kids. That's what I don't like.
I can get it. I mean, there were songs like that superficial when you was like.
Yeah,
14,
of course. But
15,
I guess it's cool if you're in the club and you're dancing.
Yeah.
But I don't want my kids
And
fucking
also,
walking around listening to this shit.
I've
I
heard
get
that argument that it's white executives.
Yes.
Most executives are white. I mean,
Exactly.
It's like Russell Simmons and who else? Every other executitive are the artists, like Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
He's
Yeah.
executive for himself.
Dre.
He's not gonna discover the next Mark. He's not.
Andrea Bocelli. The next Andrea Bocelli.
And that's exactly what they used to say about Chalino, bro. And cuando salió con los corridos, bro, that shit's not gonna last, and this and this and that. And bro, look at us now, dog.
No, but corridos have been around forever, dude.
But Chalino's the one that fucking made them more popular to the people over here on our side, not to the Mexicans.
True.
You know, so that's
Yeah.
the same thing, bro. You know,
But no, actually, to be honest with you, he made them popular in Mexico too, bro.
No, but they were Chalino. I think Chalino was more popular over here than over
Yeah,
there.
he wasn't really
He
known in
definitely
Mexico. Chalino Sanchez wasn't really known in Mexico. 'Cause I remember my wife saying that growing up,
Yeah.
she didn't know who the fuck he was.
I just knew who he was like a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys blew up over here in the United States. But corridos were sung back from like the independence, like Independencia. No, they sing corridos about Pancho Villa and all that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're very old.
Like Cucaracha is a corrido.
Technically, yes.
That was about
Yeah,
the
but those
army?
are corridos. Those were corridos, but this fool you saying corridos of narcos, bro, and they're still doing it because of him.
Oh
fool.
yeah, true that.
You know,
Yeah.
and people didn't respect him either, bro. And look at it, look how big it got.
Hold on, but los Tigres del Norte sang corridos about narcos for years,
Yeah, that's
decades.
what I'm saying. But
But they didn't cross the line. They didn't name names. They never named names. And it's
And
like
also, like I
La
think
Camelia de Tejana.
it's a positive message that it's a new artist, it's a young artist. He has a clear message. He's an artist. He's talking about selling drugs, but it's like a fiction. Because there's hip hop in Mexico, but I think one of the reasons it doesn't hit as hard is that they all get in this conscious rap thing, like everybody wants to be like conscious and like smart about their rhymes. So they don't get to that level, because if you want to be a pop star, you have to cater a little bit to the executives. It's what it is. I mean, since there's been like popular music and there's very few bands, which is the biggest hip hop band in Mexico in Spanish? El Cartel de Santa. Cartel de Santa is
I never even heard of them.
¿No conoces el Cartel de Santa?
No.
No,
I never.
Cartel de Santa, Renato.
What else? What do they sing?
They're a rap song.
Are they like?
They're like Control Machete.
Like Control Machete, like that. So that's like conscious rap.
Yeah, but Control Machete, I think, was a little more like fans of NWA, right? So we're more real. They were like, I'm living like a king because I sell product.
But weren't they banned in Mexico? Or was that Molotov?
I saw them on MTV.
Somebody was banned in Mexico.
They probably had a few,
Molotov was banned, right? For singing songs like about the government and shit like that.
Lo dudo. O sea, they were on Televisa. I mean,
I like to see the first banda guy who sings about the government and all, like conscious banda.
Conscious banda.
Nos han chingado por 500 años.
Hey, you guys know that word woke, right? When they say, "Oh, that person's woke."
Right. Yeah.
How do you say it in Spanish? Is it despierto or no?
There's no word.
I mean, the whole woke phenomenon. People in Mexico will say, "Tú eres muy woke" or "muy correctito." Yeah, but they will use the English word many times.
Okay.
¿Tú eres muy woke?
Ajá.
No,
Tú eres muy woke.
Qué woke te viste diciendo.
Ese güey se comporta muy woke, ¿sabes? It's like a thing.
Mes, claro.
Qué woke te escuchaste diciendo anonadado.
Exacto.
You ever heard my joke? Did you ever hear my joke about anonadado?
No.
What does that even mean, fool?
I do a joke because I said that like the teacher said, "Estoy anonadado" or anonadada, and I'm like, "The fuck?" That means surprised.
It means
or astonished. Yeah. I'm astonished.
Yeah.
Astonished. But it's like surprised. It's like, what the fuck? I know that. So when I heard that word, I was like, what the fuck is anonadado? My mom never used shit like that. Anonadado. I was like, and I do my bit, I say, I never been nunca me invitaron a una fiesta anonadada. What the fuck? Like, like a surprise party and shit.
And you could use that bit with your son drinking that soda. It's refreshing.
No, it's
satisfying.
Satisfying. Holy shit, dude. Dude, and my son says it all the time. Oh man,
satisfying.
I was listening. I was watching this. It was very satisfying. I like the.
You know what's satisfying? Watching chiropractors crack bones.
It is satisfying.
They're like.
It is, but I would never say it in public. Like
that's gay.
Like, hey, could you?
How old is your kid, Cisco?
14, man. He's already my height. Shit.
Oh shit.
Hey, but you can't say that after you're having sex either, bro.
That was very satisfying. No, but it's not about the feeling though. It's the sound. They say it about the sound. They say it's satisfying.
Oh.
They say, like so the guy eating like ASMR, those chinos eating noodles on video, like they do that. They go,
yeah,
making no sound. They go, it's very satisfying to hear that.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, what the fuck? No, it's not. I told you, I used to get smacked in the mouth for making
following
those
the trend.
Yeah. Hey, I bet you your son likes fucking Antonio Cano, fool.
He probably does. No, I don't think so. I don't think he listens to that. He likes shit like I don't know. I gotta ask him. I don't know if he's heard of it.
Great dad. Like, who knows?
No,
dads never know.
You know what? One thing about my son though that I appreciate about him, he's very open-minded about music. So he likes classic rock. He likes hip hop.
That's good.
He likes rock and roll. He likes metal. He'll listen to anything. London, the little one, I know he's a big fan of fucking Post Malone. That's his favorite fucking rapper.
I get it.
I go, you're not getting your face tatted, motherfucker. I will whoop your ass.
You saw Carlos? Carlos Vallarta tattooed his face.
No, he did not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Mike Tyson?
No, he did like, what is it?
It's like a little
dragon.
heart.
Like a little lizard.
As long as he didn't put a teardrop, man. Because
No, he don't kill nobody.
dude, Carlos Vallarta
He put a tattoo on himself for real?
Yeah, like a little dragon, like a Satan symbol.
Dude, Carlos Vallarta.
I know it was a 5-point star.
Really?
Like his face?
Creo que sí.
Look at fucking
way.
Renato cracks me up, dude.
Claro, Renato no
Hey,
está en la escena.
Carlos Vallarta.
I think he's funny as fuck, bro. Carlos Vallarta, I think he's funny.
Yeah, he is.
He's funny. Carlos Vallarta speaks fucking fluent English, bro. And he taught himself how to speak English.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't go to school to learn it or anything. He taught himself. He's going to be on the show next week. He told me.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to have him on.
Carlos Vallarta empezó con nosotros. He started with Renato and me.
Siete Machos,
We
dude.
used to go to the same open mics and the same small.
Wasn't
shows.
Renato the opener for Siete Machos?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was he was an official opener. He was like
So there was Ocho Machos?
understudy. He was an understudy.
Yeah, I was the understudy. Correct.
Was it Ocho Machos or was it
No,
Siete?
Siete Machos.
So you were, no, I know it was Siete Machos, but was it Ocho with you or you were el
I was the seventh, yes.
Okay, seventh.
If someone didn't show up, I went in.
Do you guys still do the Siete Machos?
No.
No? What happened? Everybody just went their own way?
The Photo Shakespeare closed down. We used to. It was like a theater, like a.
I know I did it with you guys, bro.
Yeah, and it became a comedy club.
I said Benny Mena. Benny Mena did a show with you guys, right?
T.
Yeah, Benny Mena went up over there, dude. I remember when
That fool, did he speak fast Spanish?
No, I don't think he can.
I did all the wrong things during that run because I didn't watch the openers. I got high all the time. I once went on acid. Like I didn't.
You and Horacio once went on acid. Yes, I remember that.
Hey, I remember you guys didn't used to like the people that did the show next door.
Yeah, we were like beefing with other comedians.
The guy was like an actor, or the wife was an actress, or some shit.
Yeah, they were like.
The husband
did stand up.
The husband came out on some Mexican movies I saw, like a lot of those con Alcaraz. What's his name? Damián Alcaraz.
Sí, Damián Alcázar. Yes.
Alcázar. Yeah, he did movies with him. That guy.
Claro.
And I remember I saw him. I go, you guys don't like him? Nah, he's a dick. Some shit like something was going on.
They used to be very pretentious, which is okay. I like.
And they were teaching stand up.
They were. And they were saying that it wasn't that important to get laughs doing stand-up. They actually said that.
They actually said it, yes.
You're hurting the industry. We don't have anything except our ability to do the show. If people don't laugh, it won't grow. And so the guy got his money from movies, so he didn't give a shit. He was just getting on stage with his wife and like doing whatever.
Like,
But you know what, bro? I mean, I'm not agreeing with him saying that you don't want to get laughs. But there's a lot of specials now that a lot of comedians do, where they're not even telling jokes; they're just talking, and you don't hear laughs anymore. And there was even a comedian that did an HBO special with no audience.
Was he?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who did it? I don't know.
Jared Carmichael, right?
Gerard Carmichael? Yeah. Gerard?
No, not him. No.
Or he directed it, I think.
He directed it.
Yeah,
Gerard's fucking doing it. Fucking Gerard, man. Jeez.
Yeah, there's been like one of the which one is a very old school, like very 60s guy, the white guy who talked on the phone.
He was in the Big Bang Theory. Yes.
Like
I don't remember his name.
Alfred, it's a quick question, man. I'll be honest, and all money aside and all that shit.
Drew Michaels.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard of him.
I'm gonna watch it.
That's gotta be difficult. I couldn't do it. More power to him.
Yeah.
Album comedy used to be just a guy doing his comedy in a studio sometimes, and the albums did well.
Red Fox used to do comedy in the living room and just invite everybody, into his living room and sit up there and he just recorded.
Yeah.
So he had like 30 comedy albums.
Nice.
That he just recorded in a living room. Bam, one after the other. Invite him over, drink, party. He just stand there with the recorder, record himself. No, Alfred. So here's a quick question, and maybe you guys too. I mean, all like money aside, like obviously the money is great and all that. You make money doing comedy and shit like that. But when was the most fun you had doing comedy? Was it when you started? Is it now? Is it in the middle? What do you think was the most fun you had? Because for me, I gotta say it's when I started. I had a lot of fun. Like I had fun. I had fun that I was doing comedy.
I feel like for me it's both. And when I started and now.
Well, I guess when you go to see new places, that's always cool. But
because I feel like now I'm having fun because I feel like evolving more as a comic.
Yeah.
And I'm liking it. But in the beginning, I guess because it was fun because it was new.
Yeah.
And you meet new people and you don't know what to expect maybe. So I want to say both, bro.
I think a key thing is like liking being on the road versus, like being over it, which is two very valid points.
Like I had a lot of fun when I would go to Mexico and we'd go to like I told you last time in El Agasajo.
Yeah.
Fucking doing a beer hall, doing I did a Foro Pascal. That was cool. I did it. We Gomis, Rene, with Paquito Maya.
Like in the same neighborhood, there's like little theaters, like 200 seats.
Yeah, I remember.
So you do like 5 shows a night. Like you can go from spot to spot, and you get a lot of stage time, and like 10 minutes at a time.
And even though we did El Cuevon and they were packed, I enjoyed doing beer hall on them more.
Yeah,
beer hall is in a crisis. Have you heard?
What is beer hall?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's married now. That's why. That's why he's in a crisis. Tuti's married. So what? He's losing the business?
Yes, most likely. I mean, we're trying not to happen, but it
sucks.
The owner wants the building back.
That's the fucking original open mic, man.
Yeah.
So I think like that was more fun. And even though El Cuevon de Polo Polo, they're comedy clubs and they're nice.
Yeah.
And they were packed when I performed there. I enjoyed beer hall. El Agasajo probably was my favorite place.
I remember El Agasajo. Barely.
You don't remember?
I do, but barely.
It was like it was a little ass, like 15 people fit in that.
Yeah. It was really minute.
People. I love it.
How do you guys feel, both of you guys, about Luis Alba?
I mean, I liked him when I was a kid. He has really funny movies, I like his movies better than I like his TV,
Hey,
like
quick.
He's a very good actor.
What's the name of that singer again, Alfred? What's the name of that singer?
Nathaniel Cano.
Right, Cisco, you heard of Nathaniel Cano? No. He's never heard of him. I keep my sons I keep them under wraps.
Si conoce a Ed Maverick.
Do you know Ed Maverick?
No.
No, I'll ask him if he knows.
Pregúntale si conoce al alemán.
No mames, no. Of course he's not going to know that.
You don't know who those fucking people are.
¿Quién es Ed Maverick? No mames.
Claro.
But I'm sure there's a lot of kids that I coach in football that probably know who that guy Nathaniel Cano. I'm sure they know who that is. I'm pretty sure.
How old are the kids you coach?
They range from 13 all the way to 18.
Oh shit! Okay.
Do you have like
Los Carquis? Do you know who Los Carquis are? Alfred, do you know who Los Carquis are?
Yeah, they're over there.
Have you heard of Los Carquis? You never heard of Los Carquis?
Yeah, right here.
Pregúntale si conoce Arremángala, repújala, arremángala, repújala.
Arremángala, repújala, arremángala, repújala. Se menea. That's Los Carquis. Se menea, la cadera.
Seguro de ahí viene. Es como el Wata Get Good Soup.
Caminando y meando, caminando y meando.
Caminando, meando, sí, sí.
Sí, caminando y meando, sí.
To answer your
Caminando y
question, like I saw Luis de Alba live a few years ago, and he killed.
He got deported, man.
He did like.
He got deported?
Yeah.
He kept
Working without a visa over here. They caught him working without a visa.
They were
shit.
doing
The tourist
no
visa.
problem for years, and a la gringo style, they just surprised him. Like,
Yeah.
the man's a legend. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, his
that's the way.
movies, dude. His characters, oh my God. Oh, him and Don Hector Suarez, dude. Their characters.
There's a clip that they always send me by WhatsApp. They said, I used to be rich. And they said, yo tenía un chingo de dinero. Y lo perdí todo. La mitad en putas y droga. Y la otra mitad en pura pendejada. Era buen actor y es muy buen músico también. Toca el piano increíble. Él era amigo de mis papás.
No shit.
He was like
Luis Alba?
Sí, claro.
But he's not. Is he really jarocho? No, right? He's not from Veracruz.
No, he's not from Veracruz.
He's very like well mannered, like I love.
Oh no, he's a nice guy. I met him. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
You met him.
Yeah.
I was inviting him to watch me stand up, do a show. I was 2 years in. I'm so ashamed, but.
Did you get naked?
Like,
Did you get naked?
No, I was
No.
barely,
Back then.
I barely made jokes then, and he was like, "That's good. That's good."
No, but you know what I liked about Luis Alba is that he understood stand-up. He knew that stand-up wasn't about just the joke. He knew, because when I talked to him, he's like, no, it's stand-up. Hector Suarez's dad, Gomis's dad. I remember I went to go see him. Gomis invited me to go see that show they had at that theater, El Foro, over there by...
El NH.
Yeah. No, not NH. They were like... I don't remember the name. It might have been that one. It was over by Estadio Azul. It was over there. And it was a little theater.
No.
So they were doing Los Dos Suarez or some shit like that was called.
Yeah.
And I remember Don Hector Suarez said, he said stand-up comedy was the hard. He goes, yo he hecho toda la comedia. I've done all comedy. He said, but stand-up comedy is the most difficult.
Yeah.
And he said, and the reason it's difficult for me, he said, is because I can't go and apologize to the people for what I just said. He said a lot of things he would say, like he would cuss and say, that chingada and all that if there's a lady sitting there, like he couldn't be like, disculpe, señora, because he said that the public will lose all respect for you once you apologize.
They always have these theories about comedy.
I mean, that's a man that was 70-something years old, bro, giving you his philosophy on comedy. And I mean, I'm not going to fucking argue. It's like being that guy and arguing with Pepe Aguilar. Yeah. I'm not going to argue with Don Hector Suarez. He's done shit. He's done some shit.
Claro, sí.
You remember when he worked?
Hey, so what about what's that fool's name that you said, like?
Who?
Hector Suarez?
Hector Suarez.
Suarez, claro.
So he's like a well-known, respected.
He passed away.
Luis de Alba.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, let's just say someone else, because I don't want to be disrespectful. Who else is kind of like in his stature?
Luis Alba.
Okay, let's say Luis Alba. Luis Alba is giving who's hot right now besides
Escamilla.
Okay, let's say Luis Alba is giving Franco Escamilla, trying to school him. You think it's right for Franco to school him back,
but is that singer in the level of Franco Escamilla? Like, really? Is he on that level? Because Escamilla's huge.
Hey, that fool has way more followers than fucking Pepe Aguilar in his fucking Instagram.
Does he?
Yeah.
Hey, well, I stand corrected. I don't know, but I mean, still, look.
Over 1 million.
Out of respect.
Yeah.
You just say, hey, Pepe Aguilar has his opinion. I have mine. Obviously.
But he's a rock star. Rock stars aren't supposed to be polite. They're supposed to be chaotic, like fuck shit up.
But then they make up. Then they make up, and then he came out and said
he was very passive aggressive. He was, I'm sorry to say, he was a bitch.
Who was?
Like Pepe Aguilar, because I'm sorry you're not intelligent.
Yeah, he was. That's why. Por eso se enojó aquel güey, porque he was like that.
That's Karen shit. Like,
Yeah.
Well, he lives in fucking like Agura Hills or some shit.
surely.
He lives around white people. I think they all, him and El Buki and all that, they all live in the same neighborhood over here in the United States.
They live by Russell.
They do, huh? They live over there, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I've
Pero
heard.
también, I feel like I agree with Juan Carlos 100%. Pero también I think where Nathaniel fucked up is that he apologized after.
I don't think he fucked up. I think you're a young guy. Show some
He
respect.
fucked up. He apologized, but before he apologized, he called him like viejo pendejo.
Oh, no.
Come on. Ni siquiera sé quién eres. That happens a lot in American hip hop too, right? That the new ones don't know who Ice Cube is.
No, they talk shit about Nas. When they talk shit about Nas.
Yeah.
That fool goes, pinche animal, ni mi mamá te conoce, güey.
He said that?
¿Tú sabes quién es el Pepe Aguilar? No, hijo. Su madre.
That was funny, dog. And I'm a big Pepe Aguilar fan, bro. I went to his party over there in the DF when he celebrated his 50-year party over there, bro.
Really?
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're not a fan of Pepe Aguilar? You're not a fan?
No, I'm a fan. That's what I'm telling you. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I've been a fan.
Dude, when I saw him I became a fan. I got free tickets
But
to
I'm
go
not
see
a fan of older people punking youngsters. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
All artists never paved the way for new artists in Mexico.
I'm not a fan of it either, but what I'm going to say is this. Old people are known to say stupid shit sometimes, but they've lived a lot more than we have. And that's the thing about our culture is we never listen to people who have lived longer than us. We'll ask for advice. We'll ask somebody for advice that's lived just as long as we have. And what the fuck does that person know? They know the same amount that you know.
Right.
So why would you ask that person for advice? I would go ask somebody who's lived 20, 30 years more than me because they've been through some shit.
I get you, Cisco, but also
I agree. I will say this.
Hey,
They were both
Juan
kind of
Carlos, listen to your fucking neighbors, all right?
Sorry. He was my same age. He was like, he was also wearing sweatpants. The neighbor complained I was making
Wait,
noise.
he's wearing sweats while complaining to you?
Yeah, he was wearing like flannel sweats and a raggedy t-shirt like, hey man, I'm like, fuck man, we're the same person. He also complained about the smell. Like, if you're not smoking weed, I mean, he's an editor. Editors are supposed to smoke weed also. I mean,
No shit.
He complained about the smoke of your weed?
yeah, the smoke of my weed
Damn.
was fucking...
Renato,
Hey, Renato, what were you going to say, bro? Renato, what were you going to say?
Yeah.
I don't remember anymore. Oh, no, yeah, I do remember that.
Está Pacheco.
They both are kind of assholes, you know? Like, it's kind of an asshole
claro.
thing to you know,
all
just
assholes.
be mean to someone. And it's kind of an asshole thing to go like, ay, tú eres un animal, ¿sabes? You know, like...
I'll agree with that. I'll agree
They're
with that.
both kind of an asshole response and introduction to a situation, you know, that could have ended up in laugh, you know, if you were not such an asshole. This would be a very different story, but probably we wouldn't be talking about it.
I agree with you. It's like when we were young. Well, you're still young, Juan Carlos. What are you? 33?
I'm 36.
36.
I'm
Okay.
almost 40.
You're still young. You're still young, bro. But it's like when we were young and your parents told you, "Esa pinche música vale madre," you know, like, you're right, and you like, what the fuck you know about music, you know, like you would say that to your parents.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're reenacting the same behavior.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things.
expecting kids to say, "Oh no, you're right." You know what I mean? Like, you're right.
Because he was critiquing something that was subjective. That was the worst thing. Like his music, like he's not living in the same world as this guy. So that's the other thing. Like you can't tell me how to live my life because you came up in a whole different world. I mean, I couldn't learn about. I mean, I can learn about music and collaborate and stuff. But the guy saying like it sounds like shit. I think it's out of form. Like American artists, like rock stars, rarely do that because they know they sound like old farts when they do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they was like music these days. They usually talk about technical things. Like Bob Dylan once said that music in general sounds worse now. Like it's mixed worse, and that's his ears. Like it's the way he came up.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't like fucking like Nirvana blows like fucking. Like,
no, fucking Guns N' Roses sucks major rhinoceros penis.
claro.
You know, like. So what's a music that you could say like fuck that, I will never listen to that shit, like or a band or a group that you just detest, like I won't listen to that shit.
I refuse to hear another Little Pump song other than the one that I was subjected to. I'm sure he has more songs.
Little Pump is chido.
Isn't Little Pump a hip hop artist?
You're such a fucking hoe.
Yeah, but his music, I mean, he has this little Gucci Gang song, and I've heard that song, and I don't like that song, but I know why kids liked it, So I refuse to hear anything else he has. That I'm sure he has more material, but I've only heard one song. I refuse to hear any other song.
That's his name, Little Pump?
Yeah.
Isn't he Mexican too?
No, that's little. Oh, wait a minute.
Takashi 6ix9ine.
Takashi 6ix9ine. Takashi.
No, and someone else too. Little something is Mexican.
Little Pump, Little Uzi. Like a Little Uzi.
I don't know which little.
I know otro vato que es mexicano también.
That's a tricky thing, like
Little San.
Hey, Cisco, so this is that fool.
Pendejo a la verga. Pinche vato pendejo. Tuve que hacer este live yo porque no tiene internet.
Take it down, bro, because I don't want to get flagged.
Yeah?
Sí,
Yeah.
claro, que es
We could get flagged. Because that's it's his video.
Copyrighted content.
They'll flag this video. I got flagged because Rene put something on my shit and they flagged me.
Oh shit.
Like he told me share the screen and he put something and then I don't care, I just deleted it. Because YouTube will ask you, would you like to delete it? No, because the guy doesn't flag it. His fucking manager or record company flags it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can't use copywritten content no more, man. They'll flag your ass right away. So yours is Renato, you said Little Pump. You can't stand Little Pump.
I mean, again, I refuse to hear another song that he has, which I'm sure he has. But
what about you, Alfred? What about you, Alfred?
Little Pump, he has a Cuban father and a Mexican mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. He's Latino.
Aparte es paisano, chale, bueno, ni hablar.
He's Cuban and Mexican.
If your mom is Cuban and your father is Mexican,
you kind of look like me.
You come out Puerto Rican, right?
Yes.
He looks Puerto Rican, huh?
You come out Salvadoreño.
Yeah.
Claro. Like Takashi 6ix9ine, I think it's Colombian and Mexican also.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Yeah, Puerto Rican. It's Puerto Rican. Takashi.
So Alfred, who's somebody you can't stand, bro? You're like, fuck that music, man.
What, bro? I don't know, dude. I think I'm cool with everything right now.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like it could be from way back, not now, but like wherever. Like a song you never liked that. Oh, what's a popular song that you never like? People thought, oh, I love that song. I'll tell you one I hated was "Here Comes a Hot Step." Word, I'm up. I couldn't.
Esa es chida.
I couldn't
That's
stand
a
that
bad song, fool.
I couldn't stand that song.
Yeah, step word about.
No, fuck that.
Still love like that.
That one and Ice, baby. Never liked that song.
I did.
Vanilla Ice. Never liked it.
I don't want to hear again los Héroes del Silencio.
Why not?
I remember those guys.
Why not?
I don't like it. They have a very limited catalog, and they have these 5 songs that they keep playing in every Spanish-speaking bar that's not banda in the world. Like any Spanish rock bar will play. It's like Pearl Jam, but worse.
Lobo hombre en Paris. How about that?
Hey, they're still singing, right?
See, Enrique Bunbury, he sucks too. Like
I thought they were heroes of silence. Won't they shut the fuck up?
I just saw that at Tropicalia. Yeah, there was a big festival here in Pomona. It was they were there. Caifanes was there. Los Hombres G.
Los Hombres G son chidos.
Who else?
Hombres
G. Phobia. And one more.
La Gusana Ciega, tal vez.
No.
Plastilina Mosh. I don't know something like that.
Plastilina Mosh. Yes, I remember those guys.
Yeah, but it was pretty cool. And los Tucanes and los Tigres, bro.
No, pues sí fue un festivalote.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, man.
La Chona is my favorite song, bro. I fucking love that song, bro.
La Chona is an amazing...
Y La Chona se mueve. Y la gente le grita. Ay, como La Chona.
Hey, but I feel like los Tucanes were bigger more over here than in Mexico too. That way or no?
A bit.
I think in the northern part they were huge also. I mean, they're like an institution, but I bet they made most of the money in the U.S.
Yeah.
They were banned for playing in Mexico too for a while. When the whole narco thing was happening, they were banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I like Los Tucanes. That song La Chona, dude. That shit for my football games. I told the band they gotta learn that fucking song.
We were talking at the beginning of the podcast about like inappropriate songs. Have you ever heard 14 años, 9 meses?
No.
Es de las, ¿cómo se llama el de las balas de plata?
Priscila.
Pero había otro que tenía sus balas también, ¿no?
Ah, cabrón.
El lobo.
No sé.
Lobo hombre en París.
No era de banda y era así como: conozco a una mujercita, 14 años, 9 meses. Así de...
And the guy was like 40.
Claro, pues era como tipo, pues, ¿quiénes famosos viejitos de banda?
¿De banda?
Chuli Zárraga.
Pues el Chuli
Zárraga.
Oh, he's not old. Chuli Zárraga's not old, bro. He's young. Yeah, he's younger than I am. I know that. He's not like super old. You're talking about El Recodo, El Limón, Banda Limón, Julio Preciado.
Julio Preciado.
Yeah.
Sí.
Era puro, y la perla del Pacífico, ¿no?
Yeah,
Esa banda toca 14 años, 9 meses.
No, they're the ones that sing it.
Sí, claro.
What the? My wife.
Entonces obviamente era que llegaba el señor ahí al pueblo, a la feria del pueblo, y es como, a ver, ¿qué hay acá, no? Las groupies.
¿Cómo se llama la canción?
14 años, 9 meses.
What about fucking 4 meses?
El plebeyo Víctor
Which song?
Lara canta.
Which song, fool?
4 meses. Remember that song? You never heard 4 meses, güey?
No, ¿qué es eso?
There's a song. Bro.
That shit's funny as fuck, dude. Cuatro, man. I don't even know the fucking song. That's funny.
Güey, ¿quieres una canción que dice 4 meses?
A ver, voy a
No, yo no lo he
buscar.
escuchado.
No, don't play it, dude, because we're going to get flagged. Don't play it.
I think Pepe sings it, fool. 4
La
meses.
arrolladora Banda y Limón.
La arrolladora sings 4 meses.
¿Pero de qué se trata la canción?
En los puritos huesos. That's about cheating. The chick's married and shit, cheating on her husband.
A ver, 4
Me
meses.
perdonas, mi amor, por decirte la verdad.
Por eso fuimos a bailar y terminamos. Lleva más de 4 meses así, llorando en su casa, pero el tiempo pasa y ya decidió ponerle fin. Esta noche vamos a salir. Es decir, ya vamos a coger. O sea, cuando estás esperando que la mujer como que ya esté lista para...
Bro, but all those songs way back, there's an oldie. 16 candles. That's that's about a 16-year-old. And that's a man singing it.
Yeah.
What about las quinceañera songs, bro? It's 15.
Quinceañera. El Buki, no? Doesn't he sing that shit? Who sings quinceañera?
¿No te refieres a la de 17 años de Los Ángeles Azules?
No, quinceañera. They play it at the fucking quinceañera parties, dude. Quinceañera. It's a fucking. It sounds like los. What is it called? The ones that used to be the little group. Los
¿Temerarios?
Temerarios. It sounds like one of those groups.
Okay.
Los Yonix.
Ah, los Yonix. Ellos empezaron.
I haven't thought of Los Temerarios in a long ass time.
Los Yonix. Were you a fan of los Yonix?
En Acapulco fue donde empezaron a ver, pero no. O sea, para mí, yo no conozco de esa música porque lo mezclo todo. O sea, para mí, seguro mucho tiempo, los Yonix eran como los Tigres del Norte, ahora así como música de gente que podría ponerse un sombrero en algún momento del concierto. O sea, si tienes botas, para mí es el mismo tipo de música.
There was a time when I would be bombing and I'd be like, yo te necesito. I would just break into that shit out of nowhere, and then I would get people to laugh.
You're so weirded out.
So I'd be telling a bit, and they wouldn't laugh, and I'd be like, "Yo te necesito."
¿Ese es de quién? ¿Es de los Johnny?
El Buki.
Del book.
Because I remember it goes, "Yo te necesito." Remember that
Hey,
song?
what's up with Cepillín, bro? Is he still around or what?
Claro.
He's having a lot of money issues, but yeah, he's around.
Don't all older Mexican actors have money issues? All that fucking putas in coke y
Yeah, they
desperdición
didn't save no
y
money.
pendejadas y pendejadas.
Exactly.
Coca, putas y pendejadas.
Exactamente.
Cepillín's a legend too, that way?
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah, that guy.
He was like the, like Krusty the Clown in The Simpsons. Like he's that for real, like that actually happened. And Cepillín is one of those kind of clowns,
He's like, se enoja, ¿no? Es como enojón, el Cepillín.
Let me ask you something. What is the big fascination with clowns in Mexico?
I don't know, but it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get money from people with children. Like Mexicans like to have children. So it's like always like you get more business and more business.
What about Lagrimita y Costel? You ever seen
And
them?
also you get with their families and you get their money and you say, hey, I got a show for adults. So a dirty show and say, oh, okay, and they hang out and they become friends with their families and they can make a lot of money.
Dude, Lagrimita was candidate to be the mayor of Guadalajara like 10 years ago.
Who was? Oh, yeah.
Lagrimita.
Yeah, the guy.
Payaso. And doing stand-up, there
I
were
met
a lot
them.
of former clowns.
I met them, Lagrimita y Costel.
Claro, Costel que está todo mamado.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he started working out. Yeah, what the fuck, dude? But I've never understood.
What a nightmare.
I've never
And
understood.
You heard about the... Sorry.
I've never understood the fascination with clowns. And then also the fascination of female comedians that act like borrachas, like chupitos. And then there was another chick. Then there was another chick that does almost the same act.
Oh, really?
And I forgot her name.
Yeah, but Chupitos es la Trailblazer, ¿no? Es la Chupitos. O sea, es como la India, o sea, como que es la India María on drugs.
Oh, there's a India Maria and then there's a India something else.
La India
Yuridia.
Yeah, what the fuck? Is she the same?
No, it's another woman.
I mean, does she do kind of almost the same shit though?
I don't think so. I think like she's more contemporary. Like she does.
It's equally racist, but yeah.
It's racist?
Yeah.
Is it racist?
Yeah, you can't be calling yourself India.
Huh?
What?
You can't be calling yourself India anymore.
Mexico.
No, what I mean is that they use like it's a kind of it's a kind of a blackface, you know what I mean? Because they use the stereotypes of the indigenous people of Mexico and use it as a character, you know what I mean? But they are not part of that, and they just make a joke out of it. I mean, I'm not going to stop anyone from enjoying it, but I see it and I'm like, why is this not racist? Why is this not part of?
She's got like India Yuridia.
She's not an indigenous person, güey. O sea, como,
she's not?
No.
So she's doing brown face?
Yeah.
What if she starts speaking in Nahuatl? You know, like
Popocatépetl. That's how she's.
She used to tell jokey jokes, man. She's one of those.
Like an anthropologist, like saying, "No, she's representing."
Oh,
culture?
Isn't there a guy named El Indio something too? El
Indio Brian, come on, no?
Brian, El Indio Brian.
Yeah.
El Indio Brian.
And then Cepillín does half a blackface, fool. That fool can't come over here, dog.
It's half a blackface. It's a mulatto face.
Stay out.
He's the leader of the Black Lives Movement down in Mexico. Black Lives Matter.
Clown lives matter.
Like a lot of Mexican comedy, like old school, come from minstrel. Like Cantinflas used to do minstrel.
Yeah.
And I bet a lot of these old school comedians come, and Cepillín was like a tail end of that. And they said like, well, the makeup works. Like all comedians, you know, that joke works. I'm doing it. I don't care. And it's Mexico, and 30 years later, he can't cross the border. I'm sorry, sir. You promote hate speech.
That's crazy.
You,
That's
with
so
your
fucking.
blackface act.
That's so crazy.
Right?
That's
Well,
funny.
It's been over 3 hours, gentlemen. And
Oh,
who's exhausted? It's like 3 in the
Me.
morning over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my third podcast today.
Yeah, I know. Juan Carlos does a 6-hour podcast.
Yeah.
God damn.
Bro, I read one of your comments, and the guy said he watched your whole podcast.
Claro.
Hey, by yourself, fool, or what?
I asked like this. Like there's a rolling like list of characters. Like you're invited to. It will be a pleasure to have you. I had Cisco, Renato igual. Cuando quieras, te invito al siguiente para que hablemos de tus varios escándalos.
A huevo.
Todos
públicos.
Todos
Yes.
públicos.
Juan Carlos,
Busca a
what's
Renato
your-
en el periódico.
Juan, Juan Carlos, ¿cuál es tu Instagram, güey?
Es Juan Escaliente. Juan Escaliente.
Yeah, Juan Escaliente.
Es caliente.
Yeah. And then on Twitter, it's Juan Escaliente _
Yeah.
And Renato is Renato Guillen. No, what is it? Renato Comedy or what?
Renato _
Cisco, ¿tú
Guillen.
conoces el podcast La Cotorrisa?
No.
Es un podcast que está pegando durísimo. Entonces está
En
haciendo un
México.
podcast que hace reseñas de episodios de ese podcast. Y lo hace un comediante Slobodsky y Ricardo Pérez, no sé
Yeah.
si los conoces.
Slobodsky, sí, pero Ricardo Pérez, no.
Pues él ahí nada más cotorreando.
Hey, whatever happened to this comedian? Creo que era de Monterrey, el Blue.
Floriberto.
Floriberto.
Yeah,
Sí, sí.
that guy was cool.
He's
Yeah, I
funny.
like him.
I remember that guy
Yeah,
knew a lot about drugs.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
guy was like a connoisseur and
He
shit.
knows a
Yes.
lot of about drugs, and to close it out, he knows a lot about Volkswagen bugs. Like bocho.
Oh, that's right. He's an
He's a
expert in
bocho
that.
aficionado, a very Mexican thing to do.
No,
Renato, what's your IG, fool?
My IG is Renato
Renato?
_
Hold on. Renato _
RGD.
RGD.
Yep.
you know what's funny?
Yours, man.
¿No tienes foto, güey?
See, no? I think I do. Oh, no, it's without underscore. I'm sorry.
With tongue _
Yeah.
Yeah, Renato RGD.
Yeah. Renato
What's yours
RGD.
to
Correct.
Alfredo's.
Alfred Robles.
Alfred Robles.
Hold on, you're right now.
Yes.
Hey, what was I gonna
I
tell
follow
you?
both of you guys right now.
Thank you.
Right back.
No, I was gonna tell you that. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna tell you. It was,
The Mexican comedian, Floriberto.
no. It was something else. Había otra cosa que te quería mencionar, güey. Y se me fue la onda. We gotta do some shows together, Juan Carlos. Renato.
Alma, claro.
Yes, sir.
Like maybe you guys come up north, or maybe when I start traveling over there, I gotta wait for these guys. I want to take my kids to Mexico City. I want
That's
them.
cool.
I want them
Sure.
to experience it and all that. Take them to el 50-50 ahí en la
I
la,
think when
la, la feria de Magdalena Contreras.
All right, el 50-50.
That's my
Ferias hay para aventar para arriba.
no. That's my joke. Remember el 50-50 en
I
la
remember
feria de.
50-50, yes.
Somebody gave me that name, la feria de Magdalena Contreras. I don't even know what that is.
Claro. Es una zona rural de la Ciudad de México. Like it's all fields and
Like ese way, dude. He's like from up north, Acipilang. What's it called?
Cuautitlán Izcalli.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Cotitlán Izcalli. That's where he's from.
Yeah.
Hey, what Mexican American comic from over here is hitting over there in Mexico?
Mexican.
Carlos
no, Fluffy.
Mencia. Carlos Mencia.
Fluffy is very famous in Mexico.
Yeah,
yeah,
Fluffy.
but he hasn't had big shows here that I know
No.
of.
No.
Like the only
He's
one
viral in Mexico, but he hasn't ever come here.
Louis
No, he has gone over there. Alfred went with him.
Yeah, but it wasn't his show. It was on Franco's show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, American comedians come and they usually, I think, they open shows for Franco to
Yeah.
get stage time in Spanish and do it. But I think they should do it more. But it's like a barrier that exists. I don't know why that big acts in the U.S. don't come here. Just like big bands, like rock bands, come here and do it. People in Mexico City know all of the shit. They know all of the music. They will, and they love when people from overseas, well, from foreign countries come, especially the U.S., especially stand-up.
Yeah.
Like the show Louis C.K. did, it sold out.
¿Dónde lo hizo?
On el Teatro de la Ciudad. It's like a 2,000 seater.
Dude, I remember, and he sold it out?
Yeah.
See? I remember when I used to say, dude, we got to get Louis C.K. Nobody knows who he is. Nobody's going to come see him. Some people used to argue. I said, and his cousin is like a fucking journalist in Mexico City.
Yeah. He's a film critic.
He's a film critic. Open for him.
Vallarta?
Yeah. And he was very friendly with him. He talked him up. He gave him his number and chatted out.
Did he whip it out in front of him?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, then
he'd be an insult if he did.
And that means he likes him. Yeah, that means he likes him.
And what about like George Lopez? Like,
he doesn't come
over.
No, they don't know. They don't know who he is.
I mean, the most famous is probably Fluffy. Yeah, Fluffy.
Seinfeld.
But
we're saying
Mexican
American though.
Oh, Mexican American, yeah. But
No,
Seinfeld,
Fluffy and no one else.
Seinfeld would sell out.
Yeah.
Because people have seen him on TV. I mean,
Yes,
other people.
definitely.
Fluffy, and if you're a real comedy fan, maybe they start getting into it. Esparza, Felipe. Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yes.
I think there's room to grow.
It's a lot of room to grow, man.
Yeah,
But the problem is the same problem there's always been. It's greediness. It's not.
You know who's greedier? The people, the public. They want more and more. They want the new comedian. They want the new shit. I mean,
that's not true though. No? That's not true, man. Yeah. Because they go see U2 in concert, they sell at Azteca.
Yeah, but they also want the corrido tumbado guy. I mean,
bro.
But can he sell at Azteca? El corrido tumbado?
I don't think so.
But there's time. I mean, like he gets money. I mean,
is he bigger than Westlife?
I think so.
Have you ever heard of Westlife, Alfred?
No, what is that?
So this is a fucking boy band from Ireland. Yeah. I've never heard of them in my life. I never heard of them
I remember them.
Until one time I was in Mazatlan watching TV. And my wife's like, "Oh, it's Westlife." I'm like, "Who the fuck is Westlife?" And it's sold out at Azteca, 120,000 people. I was like, "Holy shit!" They were like New Edition.
Wow.
Not New Edition. What'd you call it?
New Kids on the Block.
There you go. Backstreet Boys or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Did a music video in Mexico City in the
Westlife?
Torres de Satélite.
Yeah. That's why people love them here.
So it's crazy. So I'd never heard of them, and I was like, "The fuck is Westlife?" But anyway.
Yeah, they're Irish, right?
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna call it a night.